Yellow Jacket Hockey is on the air from Westman Arena on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where tonight the Yellow Jackets are going to try to do something that has been eluding them the entire hockey season. That's win 2 games in a row as they take on the Blue Devils from the University of Wisconsin-Stout. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. I am John Garver, and last night, boy, the Yellow Jackets put together a really nice effort down at Hunt Arena in River Falls. A 3-2 victory in overtime, and what Coach McKenna, you'll hear from him later on in the pregame, said, yeah, that was probably our best full effort of this season, and I tend to agree. They came out, and although it wasn't a great 60 minutes of hockey, there were a couple lulls in there. By and large, it was a really strong performance for the Yellow Jackets last night. They knock off the team that's sitting in first place in the conference. They knock off the team that was ranked number 10 in the country, and come into this one here tonight feeling really, really good about themselves. UW-Stout, meanwhile, they had a tough one last night. They had a 2-1 lead over Stevens Point on the road going into the third period. Pointers tied it, and then I got the extra point in the shootout last night. So they come in with a little bit of unfinished business on their minds and want to pick up a few extra points in the standings tonight as well. The conference is just bunched up from basically spots 1 through 5. The number 6 team, Northland, they don't have any points yet in the standings, but everybody else is packed together within like 3 or 4 points of each other. So it's a tight race, and there's no doubt about it. It's going to be a tight race all the way through the remainder of this 24-25 campaign. Should be a good one here tonight. We're excited to have you along for the ride and look forward to bringing you a good broadcast here this evening. A lot more to come on the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. We'll give you the starting lineups for each team as sponsored by Spirit Choice Credit Union. We'll take a look at have a conversation with Coach McKenna. We'll take a look at what happened last night across the league and what else is going on at UW-Superior when the pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce continues right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Last night, the Yellow Jackets on the road at Hunt Arena in River Falls needed a little bit of extra time to get the victory, but they got it nonetheless. 3-2 over the Falcons. River Falls opening the scoring in the final minute of the first period. Tyler Lee scoring on the power play, his first of the year, getting a rebound off a shot from Dylan Smith, Cole Telecki getting an assist on that as well. It was 1-0 River Falls after one. Second period, the Yellow Jackets were really, really good. They outshot the Falcons 15-7 and outscored them 2-0. Daniel Roosevelt even to the game at 4:55 of the second period on the power play, scoring his third of the season, getting a nice pass from Dusty Bergstrom in the slot and sliding it home. Bergstrom and Kagawa got the assist. Game tied at 1. Then at 14:39 of the second period, the Yellow Jackets went in front 2-1. Justin Dauphiné intercepting a clearing pass, skating it right back down the middle of the ice and scoring from the slot, beating goaltender Brendan Boynton on the stick side. Third of the season for Dauphiné, second shorty of the year for the Yellow Jackets, and it was 2-1 Jackets after two. Then in the third, River Falls again capitalizing on the power play. 7:02 Reed Loon on a redirection, scoring his fourth of the season. Max Collette and Alex Atwill got the assists. And it was a 2-2 game at that point. Then in the overtime, Yellow Jackets were able to get the victory. Justin Dauphiné skated it into the offensive zone, left circle, kind of mishandled. And as he was, I guess flailing is maybe a word that you could use, as he was flailing to try to get possession again, used the stick, knocked it past the defender. Reed Stark skated right into it from the top of the circle, lasered one home for his fifth. Dauphiné got the assist. Final score, Yellow Jackets 3, River Falls 2. River Falls outshooting the Yellow Jackets 41-36 in the game. 39 saves, a new career high for Kobe Grant, who improved to 2-1-1 on the season. Stout and Stevens Point skated to a 2-2 tie. Andrew Poulias scored at 7:14 of the first period to give the Pointers the lead. But Boyd Stahlbaum and McCabe Dvorak scored a little more than 4 minutes apart in the second period, putting Stout in front through 40 minutes. Peyton Hart scored on the power play midway through the third to tie the game against his former team, and after no overtime scoring, Stevens Point earning the extra point in the standings by winning the shootout. Tyler Masternak, who will get the starting goal for UW-Stout here tonight. 39 saves in goal for Stout, while Alex Proctor made 32 for Stevens Point. And then UW-Eau Claire shut out Northland 6-0 last night. The Blue Goals getting goals from 6 different players. Blew the game open with a 4-goal third period. Nolan Greer opened the scoring at 6:51 of the first period. Carter Bradley increased the lead at 11:42. And then Jordan Randall, Leo Bacala, Cade Lemmer, and Tyler Herzberg all scored in a span of 8 minutes in the third to put the game away. Josh Langford got the win and goal for UW-Eau Claire, making just 10 saves, while Andrew Yoakum of Northland finished with 35 saves. After last night's contest, the standings in the WIAC, River Falls is still sitting in first place. 2-1 in conference play, 6-2 overall. They've got 7 points. UW-Eau Claire is in second place, 3-5-1 overall. So only a 3-win team in second place. Yes, because they're 2-1 in conference play. They've got 6 points. In third place, you've got the Yellow Jackets and Stevens Point tied with 5 points. Each of them are 5-3-1 overall. Jackets are 2-1 in conference play. Stevens Point 1-1-1. Stout sitting in fifth place with 4 points. They're 4-3-1 overall, 1-1-1 in the conference. And then Northland sitting in sixth place. They are 0-8, 0-3 in the WIAC. So like I said in the open, you've got 5 teams separated by 3 points. And no reason to believe that it's going to really be any different from now until we get to that final weekend of the regular season in the middle of February. That's just life in the WIAC. Later on tonight, I shouldn't say later on, tipping off, what is this, basketball? Facing off the same time the Yellow Jackets do here tonight. You're going to have River Falls at the Hobbs Ice Center taking on Eau Claire, and Stevens Point on the road at the Bay Area Civic Center to take on Northland. Didn't mention last night in the pregame that we probably should have the WIAC Player of the Week on the men's hockey side. Yellow Jacket sophomore goaltender Kobe Grant. He went 1-0 last week and earned his first collegiate shutout in that 3-0 victory over Lawrence. So congratulations, Kobe. And then today, plenty going on for UW Superior. We'll recap all of this a little bit later on in the broadcast today. Men's track and field was at the Oshkosh Early Bird this morning. Women's hockey is at UW-Eau Claire. Men's basketball is at UW-Eau Claire. And guess what? Women's basketball at UW-Eau Claire. So apparently men's hockey didn't get the memo and decided not to play Eau Claire in this one here tonight. We're still a little under 25 minutes away from the start of this one between the Yellow Jackets and the Blue Devils from UW-Stout. We'll take a timeout when we come back on the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. We'll take a look at tonight's starting lineups. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior at Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back here at Westman Arena, just under 23 minutes away from the drop of the puck here tonight between the Yellow Jackets and UW-Stout. The Yellow Jackets looking to win consecutive games for the first time this season, and it's hard to believe when you put it that way. Like, you know, they're 5-3. How have they not won consecutive games? Well, they just haven't. They're 5-0 on Fridays. So they got the Friday thing figured out, which is great. Unfortunately, any day of the week that's not a Friday, they're 0-3-1. So the Jackets got to find a way to try to string some things together, and that is the modus operandi here this evening. Let's figure this one out and start to string some wins together. We talked about it a little bit in the broadcast last night. You've got this one here tonight. You've got 2 next week against Northland. You're off for a couple of weeks. Then you go out to Boston. You play 2 non-conference games in the Codfish Bowl. Then you're going to play 2 more non-conference games against back home here against Concordia and St. John's. And then comes the sprint to the finish of all those conference games to close things out. So it'd be nice to start stringing some wins together and get feeling good when you hit those final 8 games of the regular season. When you know those, that's a meat grinder, man. The WIAC schedule when you hit January and February is as tough as it gets. So hopefully we can figure some things out, string some stuff together, and eventually the Yellow Jackets can win back-to-back games and hopefully inch closer to getting Coach McKenna to that 500 mark as a head coach all time. You know, it's been a big, long climb for him, and the hole he had to dig out of after his first 3 seasons here was, I mean, not even a hole. That was a crater that he was trying to dig his way out of. But anyway, time now to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. Starting lineups, as always, are sponsored by Superior Choice Credit Union. Yellow Jackets going with Jan Skorpic in goal, the junior out of Czechia, making his first start on the air. Second appearance, he's 0-1. Has a 1.55 goals against average and a .952 save percentage. I feel bad for him that he was kind of thrown to the wolves a little bit at UW-Stevens Point. Play the announcements, Point. You know, he came on in relief and made 20 saves. Unfortunately, the one he didn't make ended up being the eventual game-winning goal. But it was a very, very good outing for Jan Skorpic. He gets the nod in here in goal tonight, his second appearance, first start of the campaign. 5 in front of Jan Skorpic. The defense pair is going to be Blake Holmes and Tyler Ryder. And then the forward line, Justin Dauphiné centering Reed Stark and Daniel Roosevelt. The second line for the Yellow Jackets tonight will have Gavin Rasmussen centering Colin Pedersen and Ikki Kagawa. The third line, Chris Ishmael will center Brady Clemenson on the left side and Tristan Terrien on the right. So the Yellow Jacket junior out of Quebec back in the lineup after missing a couple of games here. And then Alexei Yarmolnik is going to center the fourth line. He's got Logan Nickerson on the right wing and Blake Setter on the left. So an all-freshman line making up the fourth line for the Yellow Jackets. Other defense pairs tonight, you've got Dusty Bergstrom and Liam Whitehouse and Frank Dvorny and Matt Danziger. Backing up Jan Skorpic tonight, Kobe Grant and Jack Boschert. On the other side, as we already mentioned once tonight, Tyler Masternak will get the start in goal for UW-Stout, making his 8th appearance on the year. He's 3-3-1, has a 2.00 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. 2 shutouts for Masternak in goal. He's been all but 1 game so far between the pipes for UW-Stout. He's been very, very, very good, and is one of those notorious Yellow Jacket killers, if you will, too. He always seems to find a way to show up in a big way against the Yellow Jackets. The starters in front of him, Nicholas Pajon and Boyd as the center. Hayden Stocks on the right wing, Boyd Stahlbaum on the left wing. And then the defense pair is going to be, and I didn't write it down. Why didn't you write it down, John? I believe is going to be Noe Perez and Tyler Pfister. So that should be the starting 5 for UW-Stout. About 18.5 minutes away from the start of this one between the Yellow Jackets and the Blue Devils. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back on the Yellow Jacket Hockey pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. It's Saturday night. The Jackets back home at Westman Arena, getting ready to take on UW-Stout. I am John Garver, and we're joined by Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna. And coach, nice game last night, and I thought honestly probably your best effort of the season.
Yeah, I thought it was our most complete game for sure. They're very structured, like we said in the pregame, and they're going to be a hard team. Like they believe in their system and all that stuff. We were able to capitalize on some chances. Their goalie made some really good saves. But all in all, though, I thought we executed the game plan that we needed to execute. That we needed to execute to get the win, and we were able to do that.
I know I obviously don't watch the film prior to going into the game and everything, but I thought they played heavier in their own zone than I expected them to. Did you see that going in, or did you think it would maybe be a little lighter team that you were going to play against?
I thought maybe they'd box it in a little bit more than what they did, but when they started to go for hits in their D zone, it was like, okay, guys, like close support, bump the puck, beat the guy off the wall, and you're going to get to the inside. And we were able to kind of do that. And then when we kicked it up high, I thought our D did a good job of getting shots through last night, and we were able to get to the net front because of their aggressiveness below the hash marks. And yeah, it was. I was very happy with last night's outcome.
I thought you guys were pretty heavy on them too, and especially on your forecheck, because as the game went on, they weren't trying to hold on to the puck very long back there. They weren't trying to skate the thing out. They were moving it pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, like listen, that's what how do you slow down good transition teams? They're in a 1-3-1. So if you don't manage the puck and then and not check, like you're gonna be in for a long night. So we were able to manage the puck properly, spot the pucks where we could at least create a 50-50 battle, if not go and get it. Once we started really using our shoulders and skating down, down slope and finishing checks, all of a sudden they stopped going back for pucks, and that's when we were able to really kind of turn up the volume a little bit in the O-zone.
You kind of reconfigured your top line a little bit last night. That unit accounts for all three of your goals. They played pretty well.
Yeah, that was. We've been looking for something, so we're going with it again tonight. Let's see if we can do it 2 games in a row.
The other thing I think is we don't probably talk about enough is your D-core. You've got a veteran group of guys back there, and they're by and large they're kind of an unsung group. They just go out there. They're very workmanlike. They were good last night. I thought your D-core may have played the best game they've played all year long as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we by design kind of dressed an older group last night, knowing that a little bit more detailed of a game plan and all that stuff. They did play a very good game. They also managed to consistently take too many men on the ice penalties, because I think they, but all kidding aside, right? We do have a good D-core. They do have that lunch pail, hard hat mentality. They block shots. They're physical when they can be physical. And they're actually all are pretty good skaters. So, do we have the Turchiev or the Chucky, Charles Martin back there that can kind of shake and bake? Maybe not as much. Not having Axe, I think, changes the dynamic of our D-core a little bit. But those 6 are. You're gonna earn it if you're gonna score. They're gonna do whatever they can to stop you. So it was they did a very good job of keeping Riverfall players in front of them, minus the breakaways that we gave up because of the sniper in the building that would take out our guy and he would blow a tire and let them go straight down.
All apologies to Tyler Ryder on that one. Frank Dvorny, season debut last night. I thought he played very well for his first game of the year.
First thing Mouse said when we got done with the game, he's like, it's so nice to have Frank back. He's just a calming presence back there. He's got good feet. but he's simple. He doesn't really force stuff. Like, he'll invite pressure, put it to an area for somebody else to get it, take a hit to make a play, but not take a big hit. Like, he's just a very cerebral player.
I thought Blake Holmes might have had his best game of the year too, and I think all year long he's kind of been a real unsung guy, not putting up massive numbers, staying out of the box, and very, very hard to play against.
Yeah, he's got a screw loose, Holmesy. Like, he's not. I'm very proud of him for not taking as many penalties as he's had in the past, but he still finds that edge. Like, he'll take a chunk out of you if he can. So, like, he's playing a very hard-nosed game for sure for us.
Still coming in here now tonight. They're 4-3-1 on the season, 1-1-1 in the conference. A tie last night at Stevens Point. They end up dropping the shootout. By all accounts, there's a good skating team. They've got some skill there. Maybe don't play quite as heavy or hard as some of the teams in the past, but again, like any other WIAC team, a good test.
It's going to be a tough fight tonight for sure. They're a good skating team. It's weird. It's them and River Falls are probably very different, polar opposites possibly, but the same game plan that we played with last night. It's kind of rinse and repeat for tonight. Attack their D, get to their net, plant the flag, win the net front battle, force them to defend. They don't want to defend, eliminate their transition. So, again, you know what our game plan is going to be, right?
It's a little bit different, though, because think back to 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, even when you first got here, they were almost a team that didn't play with any structure, and it was really hard to have a game plan against them, wasn't it? A little different now.
Yes, for sure. It was, watching game tape on them when I first got here, it was, okay, they're in a 1-2-2. No, wait, they're in a 2-1-2. Nope, that's a 2-3.
What is that?
I'm not sure what that was. Like, everyone's forechecking. Now no one's forechecking. Like, but the predictability of they're more predictable on the offensive side than they are on the defensive side. I think they value offense a little bit more than they value defense. They have some guys that can score, right? So they're playing to their strengths for sure. But again, they're a good transition team. They're good off the rush. If you have good back pressure, you're checking on your forecheck. You slow them down, wear them down. Like in the past, we've been able to have success with them, and I would think our third periods is where we really took advantage of the previous 40 minutes of work.
Typically, they're a team that, against Superior anyway, gets elite goaltending, and they've got Tyler Masternak there, who's been the guy carrying the mail for the most part. You've seen him over the years. How do you attack him?
Well, I think he's a good goalie, but again, last night, River Falls is a really good goalie. But you take, I don't care who you have, if they can't see the puck, they can't make a save, right? So you got to get to the net front. He's good. He's actually really good down low. I wouldn't say his rebound control is awesome. So if we could pounce on those second, third opportunities, and again, that's how you beat good goalies. Second, third chances. Division III is really changing now. Like, goalies make the first save. Like, when was the last time, guy comes down at the tops of circles and rips one past the goalie? Like, I haven't really seen that. Everything's at the net front.
Maybe the OT winner last night?
Yeah, but that was because Rides got that went 5-hole, and Rides, crashed the net the shift before. Like, we were in Boynton's head. We had 6 or 7 good goalie touches last night, and hopefully we don't get called for that tonight because it's the same game plan.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Real quick, though, before I know that the Proctor Squirt A's are up there in I Falls in their tournament, so boys, go get them. We'll take care of business down here, take care of business up there.
That's Yellow Jacket head coach Rich McKenna in his 9th season behind the bench. 96 wins, 103 losses, 17 ties. His all-time record with UW Superior against UW-Stout. 15 wins, 9 losses, and 1 tie, including a mark of 4-5-1 here at Westman Arena. His counterpart is Mike McDonald in his 5th season behind the bench at UW-Stout. 46 wins, 54 losses, and 4 ties. The officials for tonight's game, as assigned by the Wisconsin Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, the referees are Travis Alberg and Sean Hauser, and the linesmen are Jace Friedlieb and Corey Burrell. That'll just about National Bank of Commerce. When we come back, we will have the drop of the puck between the Yellow Jackets and the Blue Devils. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Here at Westman Arena, moments away from the drop of the puck between the Yellow Jackets and UW-Stout. I am John Garver, and I am joined once again by Jason Roan here in the booth at Westman Arena. And we apologize in advance because we got a whole new setup here, and as we start to ease into the broadcast here tonight, we're going to be tinkering with some settings and stuff. So no need to send us a text or send anything out on the Twitter or the Facebook or anything like that going, hey, your mic sounds terrible. We know we're working on it.
We're doing our best.
Teams going through their final paces here at Westman Arena. Jan Skorpic making his first start of the season for the Yellow Jackets here tonight. He will be defending the goal, 2 hour left, and the Yellow Jackets in their home gold sweaters with black and white trim will be going from left to right. At the other end will be Tyler Masternak in the blue sweater for UW-Stout defending the goal to our right.
Good looking uniform matchup tonight here at Westman Arena. Got the bright yellow, got the navy blue, a couple of sharp looking unis. It's good for the visuals.
Justin Dauphiné stepping in to take the face-off for the Yellow Jackets. He'll do the honors with Nicholas Pajan, and we are underway here from Westman Arena. The opening face-off sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway. Puck pinballing around the UW-Stout zone right now. Ryder holds it in at the right point, and he'll send it down low. It comes back behind the net. Pfister there for UW-Stout. He tried to clear. It's not going to leave the zone. Stark in the left corner. Up top, Holmes, right point. Ryder played it back to the left circle looking for Stark. Probably would have been best served going down to the right wing corner in that instance. Puck is in the right corner now. It gets past Reed Stark. Comes up the left wing boards. Yellow Jackets able to jam that thing back down into the corner. Stahlbaum's got it now for UW-Stout. He'll tip it past Reed Stark. And the Blue Devils are going to be content to flip that one all the way down the ice. It's going to be an icing call, and that's going to bring the faceoff back down here in UW-Stout territory. So 46 seconds elapsed here in this opening period, Jason. Really good start for the Jackets. That was a beautiful first shift.
A lot of jump in their steps, a lot of quick passing, a lot of connection on passes. Very good start for UWS.
Jackets able to change personnel. UW-Stout cannot make the change here, so Rasmussen will take the face-off against Peugeot. Controlled here by the Blue Devils this time. Pfister circles around behind his net, starts up the right side. It goes off the skate of Colin Pedersen and comes to neutral ice. Blue Devils will start a line change here as the Yellow Jackets had it, then lost it. Peugeot from the right circle takes a shot. Skorpic makes the stick save. Now the Jackets, Dvorny picks it up and plays it for Kagawa on the left wing. He gets it to neutral ice. Danziger on the right wing boards. Sends it across the Stout line. Tried to poke it down low. Blue Devils are able to intercept that and come back on the attack. Colin Diakawa saucers that one to the front of the net with McAlpine going to the goal, and that redirection goes wide. Now a shot from a sharp angle. Ricochets off of a player and rolls in on net. It's covered up there by Skorpic, and then Frank Dvorny flattens the UW-Stout player as they exchange pleasantries to the left of the Yellow Jacket goal. And I'm wondering, are they going to call anything on us here, or is Travis Alberg going to go, all right, that was your chance to set the tone, now it's up to me, and that was your freebie.
Good to see Dvorny back in the lineup. Good, strong, solid defensive play there. Protecting his goaltender.
Had a very good game last night. Very good game last evening. False start called on the faceoff, so we'll do it again to the right of Jan Skorpic. 18:36 remaining here, period number 1. No score. Blue Devils controlling it here. Boyce in the high slot, plays it down toward the front of the net. It's going to go to the right corner. Liam Whitehouse gets there. He tried to pass that around the defender, but it didn't, or the forechecker, I should say, but it doesn't go. Now a sharp angle shot. That one goes up off Skorpic, hits the crossbar, drop down, hit him in the leg, and the Jackets able to clear it. That was precarious. Now it's going to be dumped back down in Yellow Jacket territory. It comes behind the net. Bergstrom there for the Yellow Jackets. He's stapled to the end board. Centering attempt broken up by Skorpic as he plays it over to the right wing side. Then Terrian rims that one around the left. That hit something in the corner and kicked right into the right circle. Jackets able to clear that away from trouble. So Stout answering that good opening shift for the Yellow Jackets and applying some pressure here in the offensive zone themselves. Kroon at the left point sends it deep. Bergstrom's got it now for the Jackets. Bergstrom goes to clear. That hits the glass and goes right into the slot. Puck bouncing around between the circles. Blue Devils have it, and the shot is going to slide wide of the Yellow Jacket goal. Clemenson for the Jackets tries to wrap that around the right side. It comes to Tristan Terrian. Terrian's going to curl all the way back in his own zone. Stout's going to change personnel. Yellow Jackets are going to try a line change as well as Terrian streaks up ice. Feeds it for Setter on the right wing. Setter drives it behind the Stout goal to the left corner now. He's taken into the boards by Felix Cadu-Fredette. That's going to be a tricky one for a period or two. In the neutral zone now on the left wing. Tyrrell for UW-Stout takes a long shot. That's going to be deflected by the D, and that'll go up over the glass and out of play. Face-off coming up here in the Yellow Jackets zone. We have 17:03 remaining here in this opening period. Yellow Jackets and UW-Stout scoreless from Westman Arena. I am John Garver. He is Jason Roan. Pictures only begun here on this Saturday night. Glad to have you along. Jackets with one more home game in the first half, and then we won't see them here again until January. Brennan for the Yellow Jackets passes it to the left wing. Setter backs it up for Brennan. Now over to the right side, and it's going to be dumped in by Blake Holmes. It comes around to the left wing corner. Setter giving chase. Also in there is Nickerson for the Yellow Jackets, but Stout's going to come back with it on the attack. Tyrrell on the left side, turning it over now. Nickerson got his stick on it and poked it across the Stout line. Backing up with it here is Noe Perez. Perez circles back behind his own goal. Now he'll head up ice. Passes for Peugeot on the left wing. Into the slot. Stahlbaum with a shot. That gets blocked in traffic. And the Jackets take off the other way now. This is Stark across the line. It's poke-checked off his stick. Really nice play there by Brendan Boyce as the Jackets had a chance for an odd man rush. Now Stout back the other way. Peugeot wanted to tee that one up and let it go, but mishandles the puck in the high slots, and the Yellow Jackets coming back the other way. This is Roosevelt at center, across the Stout line to Stark right circle, a shot, and the save made by Masternak. Now behind the net for the Jackets, this is Dauphiné up top, Dvorny at the left point, over to the right point for Danziger, down in the slot. Dauphiné turns and fires, and that's going to get blocked. Roosevelt giving chase, he gets knocked down, and Peugeot comes back the other way for Stout. Peugeot passes that one ahead for Stocks on the right wing. Hayden Stocks knocked off the puck by Dvorny. Loose puck behind the Yellow Jacket net right now. Centering attempt is going to be broken up. It comes back down behind the goal. Stocks tied up by Dvorny again as the puck is going to get away from them. Now Dvorny had it. He loses it. Stocks has it. They tie up again below the goal line. Puck's going to come to the right side of the Yellow Jacket net. Taken here by Dauphiné. Up on the left wing for Reed Stark. That's not going to go. Puck still tied up in the Yellow Jacket zone. Dvorny trying to dig it out of the pile, and he gets bumped on the play by Nicholas Stevens. Working it free, Stevens now for Stout. He comes behind the Yellow Jacket net, comes out the left side, tackled to the ice by Danziger. Referee's arms stay down, letting them play a little bit here in the opening minutes of period number one. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Diakawa knocked off the puck. Stevens gets it up top, left point Kroon for Stout. He'll play it back down low. McAlpine on the right half wall. Bumped there. Blue Devils get it back. It comes to the high slot. Kroon fires and scores. Traffic in front. Not a lot Jan Skorpik could do on that one as he had a good screen in front. Stout did, and they're in front.
Shot from up high. Colin Pettersson was nearby, tried to block it. Not sure if he ended up maybe partially redirecting that or if it ended up just getting past him and going straight on through. Skorpik wasn't able to get any of it. Wasn't the hardest shot in the world, so it maybe could have been redirected slightly and just fooled Skorpik. Not exactly sure on that one.
Second of the year for Kroon. We'll wait on the assists. And it is a 1-0 lead here for UW-Stout. Puck is played down in the Stout zone now. Behind the net, Pettersson's got it. Pettersson comes out the left side and fires. Save made Masternak. He'll hold on. Rasmussen taking a little bit of an extra shot.
Stout definitely with the territorial advantage in this one so far. One thing I've liked out of the Yellow Jackets, though, is that when they've been able to pass the puck, they've connected on those passes better than I've seen up to this point in the season. That obviously makes the breakout a lot more efficient, a lot more effective.
Kroon is going to get credit for the goal. Diakawa and McAlpine got the assists, staking the Blue Devils to the 1-0 lead.
Sam Kroon, he got an assist from number 2, Jake McAlpine, and at number 11, Cullen Diakawa. That's
so Kroon for McAlpine and Diakawa making it a 1-0 lead. Then Kagawa for the Yellow Jackets. Backhands that one up into the Stout bench, and we're going to get a face-off coming up. Not exactly sure what Blake Holmes is talking with referee Sean Hauser. Do we have a piece of, oh yeah, we do. We have a glass issue. That's going to have to be repaired. So they're going to have to get the arena worker with a really tall ladder.
We'll give the Jackets a nice chance to reset here after that goal.
Yeah, you know, you get a free timeout out of this now.
Second goal of the season for Sam Kroon, the defenseman.
Basically, all they got to do is get up on the ladder and put that bracket back in place. Shouldn't be too much of a process, but at any rate, we will have a momentary delay while the glass is repaired. I don't know if you saw anything that has come across social media here in the last 24 hours, but Fredonia State University out in New York, they Charles Barkley showed up at their game last night.
Hockey game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We know that the round mound of rebound does like his hockey.
He likes his hockey, and apparently he was an NCAA hockey fan and enjoys the Division III game apparently. So he showed up at Fredonia, and I appreciate Chris Sugar with T3HockeyNews.com. We'll hear from him in the first intermission. But he's been sending me updates over the last 24 hours as this has been transpiring, and. Of course, maybe. No, we're not on that camera here. They're worrying about their own issues, but yeah, he's there with the Fredonia hockey.
He worked on the glass well in the NBA,
right?
So now he's like, yeah, that was a bad pun.
That was a great one. What are you talking about? So yeah, it's I thought it was pretty cool. You know, you don't get a lot of that in the Division III game where you just get these.
Fun.
I don't even. He's a definite celebrity. He's not a minor celebrity by any means,
right?
But you know, where you get a celebrity that will all of a sudden just show up at a Division III game. But the closest thing I think we had here was, 10 years ago or so now when Kirk Gibson showed up here.
Ah, yes.
You know, and people were wondering, like, why in the world is Kirk Gibson here? Well, his son played for UW-Stevens Point. Mm-hmm. And he flew into Duluth and took in the 2-game series between the two teams here. It was crazy. Here's the glass is now repaired sufficiently, and we are back underway here at Westman Arena. As we pass the 6-minute mark of the opening period, it's a 1-0 lead for UW-Stout. Blake Holmes behind his own net as it poke checked off his stick by Halverson. Halverson comes away with the puck, however, and had it at the right side of the net. That one doesn't go. Jackets able to pick it up and clear. Nickerson giving chase Setter there as well. Setter's got it on the right wing. Plays it into the slot. The shot taking your Yarmolenko to save the rebound by Nickerson, and he puts it right through the goal mouth. Oh, Nickerson's still looking for his first collegiate point, and he's had a couple chances like that so far this season. That one right through the blue paint.
Yeah, not sure how that stayed out. Good chance.
Goodness, great opportunity for Logan Nickerson. A really nice passing play there, too, as a Setter with a really nice setup of Yarmolenko in the slot.
Yeah, put it right on the tape. And again, that's something that we haven't necessarily seen up to this point in the season. The Jackets passing that precisely really was evident there, and it created a great scoring chance.
13:27 remains here in the first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Blue Devils. Face-off controlled by the Yellow Jackets, and Dvorny flips it off the glass to neutral ice. Still trying to play it back in. Jackets break it up. Stark moves it ahead for Roosevelt on the right wing. He collides with Kroon, but gets the puck deep. Stahlbaum behind the net, uses the end boards to start the breakout as the Blue Devils come back to center with it here. Peugeot now across the Yellow Jacket line, breaks that one up. Puck still got into the slot, and Kroon swats a backhand wide of the goal. Now behind the net for the Jackets here, Dvorny passes that one ahead behind Dauphiné. It's going to come all the way down, easily going to be picked up there by Cadieux Fredette, and he'll send it back the other way for Stahlbaum on the left wing. His shot's going to be sticked away by Skorpic. That was not a situation where he was shooting to score. He was shooting to find a rebound or somebody going to the net. At center ice, Stahlbaum Sends that one into the Yellow Jacket zone. It's going to be picked up here, and Sam Brennan will start the Jackets back on the attack. Gives it to Tristan Terrien on the right wing. 12.5 to go, first period. 1-0 Stout. Right wing corner now. Blue Devils zone. It comes up to the right point. Brennan gets a stick on that, and it's deflected by a defender and goes up into the netting. So we're going to face off here in Stout territory.
Stout's also had a lot of success with the controlled entries on their zone entries so far tonight. That's led to some of the scoring chances and good possessions, fruitful possessions for the Blue Devils in the attacking zone.
Face-off will be to Masternak's left. Jackets control it here as Terrien pushes it down into the right wing corner. Ishmael takes a bump there. Ishmael works it up the right wing board. Now it's going to come back down to the corner. He's being watched there by Cadu Fredette. They tie up and along the boards in the right corner. Terrien in there digging for it as well, but coming out with a Diakawa here for Stout. He loses the handle on that. It's picked up by Brennan, and he'll dump it back in. Yellow Jackets will begin a line change here. It's behind the goal now. Noe Perez bumped by Ishmael. Puck squirts free on the left wing, and Kagawa's going to send it deep. Cadu Fredette gets there first. He'll wrap it around to Stevens on the left side. Taken by Diakawa, and he goes high off the glass to neutral ice. At the Yellow Jacket blue line, Tyler Ryder's pass was errant, and that's picked off and played back into Yellow Jacket territory. Brennan comes back with it and plays it quickly up the right wing, tipped into the offensive zone by Colin Pedersen. Now Boyce for Stout, long stretch pass the other way. That's going to come the distance, and that will be icing. One linesman was going to wave that one off. The other one said no chance. That's an icing call. And the faceoff comes back down to the
officials having a discussion about this one.
And this means the faceoff's going to be at center ice. Much as I hate to admit it. It is going to be a center ice faceoff. Dusty Bergstrom from the red line floats that one in. It's going to be squeezed in the glove by Masternak.
Now the Jackets will get their attacking zone face-off.
Now they get the face-off where they want it.
Or not, to the right.
11-11 to go here in the first period. Blue Devils with the 1-0 lead. Boyce behind his own net. Passes that one ahead on the right wing. Maxis Bermanis sends it ahead. Now he picks it up in the right corner, throws it toward the net, hits the outside of the goal. Comes up to Boyce at the left point. He'll slide that over to the right point. Gunnar Moore slips around to Checker, then takes a shot, hits traffic in front. Second opportunity for Moore right on the doorstep. That'll be stopped and held by Skorpic, and then some pushing and shoving going on near the Yellow Jacket net. Something ruffling the feathers of Colin Pedersen. I'm not exactly sure what.
Stout again doing a good job. Controlled zone entry, simple plays, get the puck to the front of the net, crash for a rebound. Playing a good, solid game so far.
Face off to Skorpic's left. Won by the Blue Devils. Shot taken by Teckel from the right point. Sticked away by Skorpic. Behind the net, the Yellow Jackets playing it up the left wing was Holmes. It's going to be knocked down and driven back down low by Dvorak. Dvorak netted one last night against UW-Stevens Point in that 2-2 tie. Now the Yellow Jackets with a steal, and they have numbers the other way. This is Yarmalnik. Throws it across left side. Setter had his shot blocked, and a penalty coming. It's going to be a power play here for the Yellow Jackets, as getting taken down was, I believe, Alexei Yarmalnik, and it's going to be a Yellow Jacket power play.
Good pass there from Yarmalnik. Right on the tape. Opportunity for a scoring chance, and now a power play for the Yellow Jackets.
Time of the penalty, 9:43 of the first period. Kroon for hooking.
Kroon's been all over the score sheet so far.
Yes.
Got the goal, now he's got himself a penalty.
First Yellow Jacket power play of the night. They come in at 8.6%, had 1 in 5 chances last night. On the PK, UW-Stout 78.4%, so they are a tad vulnerable when they are a man short. This power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Stout was very aggressive last year on the penalty kill. Probably the most aggressive I've ever seen a team be. And it appears that is the formula once again this year. They are all over the Jackets in the neutral zone and in the offensive zone. Are they going to get a hand pass there? It is going to be a hand pass, so it'll come back down in Stout territory.
Stout has had ample opportunity to practice that penalty kill thus far this season.
Are you saying they're a well-penalized team?
They have been thus far. Although that could just be an instance of like 1 or 2 games where things just got out of hand. I mean, I haven't been able to watch Stout all season, so.
Tyler Ryder in the right circle, up to Reed Stark. Stark leading the Yellow Jackets on the year with 5 goals. Goes behind the net now. Pettersson to the right wing corner. Wanted Dauphiné there. Dauphiné turned the wrong way. Pettersson gets it back. He's tied up along the boards in to help out Stark. Dauphiné there as well. Stark pushes it up to the right point. Ryder over to the left point now. Shot taken by Rasmussen, hits traffic in front. Rasmussen behind the net for Dauphiné. Goes to the right corner. He's pressured by Boyce as he brings it up the right wing boards. Stout's going to gain control, and it's going to be cleared all the way down the ice by Peugeot.
Nice play by Peugeot there. Read the pass, took away the passing lane, and then ended up getting the clear himself.
I think this is the 4th game that Peugeot has played against the Yellow Jackets that I've announced. And I think I've said his name 4 different ways.
Well, I'm going to say whatever you say.
Well, their SID sent me a note, and I'm like, oof, I got that one wrong last year. And he said, yeah, I did too. He told me on media day this year. Puck is in the Stout zone behind the net. Kagawa's got it there. Throws it up to the left point. Holmes quickly to the right point. Bergstrom walks, fires, and a save made by Masternak as that one got through. Clearing attempt is going to hop off the skate of Blake Holmes and come to neutral ice. Jackets quickly trying to take advantage of the line change here. Ishmael, right circle, takes the shot that's going to go wide. Now Roosevelt on the left wing. Wanted to go back down low, but it was taken away from him. And the Blue Devils come back to neutral ice with it as the final seconds tick off. So the Jackets 0 for 1 on the power play. The Blue Devils have it in the offensive zone now. And McAlpine, the right wing corner for Diakawa. Jackets get it back. Blake Holmes had it, then lost it. He ties up his man as the puck comes back down below the goal line in the left wing corner. Stevens up top. Cadieux-Fredette takes a shot. That one blocked by Roosevelt. And the Jackets will come back with it here. Bergstrom at center. Wanted to go off the boards and find Kagawa behind the D, but that one doesn't go according to plan, and it's right back down in Yellow Jacket territory. Stevens in the left wing corner. Comes around the boards now. Left side, Kagawa rifles that off the boards. Just has a little too much on it. It's going to come the distance, and that's going to be an icing call. Face-off coming back down here in Yellow Jacket territory.
Hard-working sequence there on defense for Bergstrom and Holmes. They both made their share of nice plays. Bergstrom was almost out, almost had the breakout going, but made like 2/3 of a great move getting past the first 2 guys, and the 3rd one got him.
Perez at the left point for Stout. Goes down the boards with it. Yarmolnik broke that one up. Clears that one ahead for Kagawa, but that's going to be played right back down behind the Yellow Jacket net. Bergstrom's clearing attempt. Not sure who he was trying to pass to there, but he turns it over and then stalks with a shot from the slot. Goes wide. Puck was bouncing. And now the clearing attempt will go off the netting over the glass and out, so the face-off will be here in the Yellow Jacket zone. If you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, then tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join the Big Sound, Matt Johnson, and me throughout the year as we sit down with Yellow Jacket student-athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on Yellow Jacket TV, on UWSYellowJackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Latest episode will drop on Monday, featuring head coach Greg Polkowski and Reed Johnson from the Yellow Jacket men's basketball team. They were on the road today at UW-Eau Claire. Losing that one late, 81-75.
Yeah, that last breakout, it looked like Dusty Bergstrom was going for maybe the high flip out of the zone, which is kind of a feast or famine kind of play. When that high flip works, it's fantastic. Really makes it stressful for the opposing defenders to deal with it. can be a thing of beauty, but the puck looked like it flipped up on edge on him just a little bit as he was about to release it, and then that could be the famine side of it, where you don't get much on it and basically end up throwing a pizza right up the middle.
Perez at the left point, stick handles, takes the shot. Yellow Jackets blocked that as Nickerson got in front of it. Comes up the right wing boards and out to the neutral zone. Setter tried to sweep that one ahead, but it was taken away from him. And now Stocks on the right wing for Stout has it. Throws that one rink wide. Peugeot left wing corner. Peugeot all the way up to the blue line with it. Dangles around one man. Still has the puck. Gets around a second one. Making the Jackets look a little silly in the D zone here.
A lot of fishing for the puck and not much taking the body.
Has the puck on a string, as the video game used to say. Puck still tied up along the wall. Dug free by the Blue Devils here. Yarmolnik able to break that one up. It comes into the slot. The long reach of Danziger pokes it to the line, but not out. Now Dvorny's got it. Ahead on the right wing, Nickerson tips to the middle now, and Yarmolnik comes to center, feeds it ahead on the left wing for Setter. Setter across the line, takes the shot, knocks the stick out of the defender's hand. Setter picks it up on the right wing corner now. Up top, right point, Brennan couldn't hold the zone, and that's going to come back down, all the way down behind the net. That's a real killer, too. You feel yourself starting to set something up in the O-zone, and the D can't hold the line. Now around they come. Roosevelt got around a defender, but Reed Stark gets in a step ahead of the play, and that'll be an offside on the Yellow Jackets. 5:55 to play here in the opening period. UW-Stout with a 1-0 lead over the Yellow Jackets.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Sam Kroon second at 5:23 to go on the board.
Good looking rush there for the Jackets. Stark was just trying to maintain his speed and was just slightly offside.
Blue Devils win the face-off here. Comes back to the neutral zone now. Ryder into the middle for Dauphiné. He tips it into the Stout zone, right corner. It comes around behind the net. Teckel's got it on the right side, plays it ahead. Stark breaks it up and sends it deep. Bermanis on the right wing. Has the puck taken from him by Dauphiné. Bermanis gets it back. He'll backhand that one ahead now for Laurel out of center. Laurel gets knocked off his skates by Brennan, who starts the Yellow Jackets back the other way. Then he loses the puck. He has it stick handled around him. The Blue Devils regain control. Halverson on the right wing, sends it deep. Behind the Yellow Jacket net now. Comes around the left side. Stark chokes up and tries to chip it out of the zone, but can't. Now he's got it along the end board. I think he's in that awkward position of, what am I supposed to do here? Now tried to eat it. The Blue Devils force the play as we have passed the 15-minute mark of the first period. It's 1-0 Stout. Stark on the right wing. Inadvertently got it into the offensive zone, but the Blue Devils will take it back with Boyce behind the net. Passes that one over on the right side. Gunnar Moore carries across the red line into the Yellow Jacket zone. Brady Clemenson takes him off the puck. Bergstrom up the right wing for Terrian. He chips it to neutral ice. Now Ishmael's got it. Slides it over left side. Holmes across the line, winds and fires. That's deflected over the net. Terrian gets it to Ishmael, now up top for Bergstrom. That goes wide by a lot. Holmes from a sharp angle has a shot, hit a skate. Now Ishmael on the right side. Plays it with the backhand down behind the Stout net. Moore for the Blue Devils comes out with it. Clemenson poke checks it off his stick. He gets it back, Moore does, and sends it ahead. Puck hops over the stick of Bergstrom and comes down to the left wing corner. Out of the corner, sharp angle shot, save made. Rebound! Oh, what a save by Skorpic! Oh my gosh, what a save by Jan Skorpic as he was able to stop the first one through a massive rebound over into the right circle. And Cullen Diakawa is going to be seeing that one in his dreams, but what a save by Skorpic.
Desperation left leg pad kick out save there. Man, that thing looked like it was already in the back of the net.
I thought it was.
I
was just waiting for the goal light to come on, and it never did.
Wow, what a save.
Brilliant save by Jan Skorpic. Keeps this a 1-0 game. Jackets win the face-off in their own zone now, and Pettersson plays it ahead for Kagawa across the Stout line. It's poked off his stick. Peugeot has it here for the Blue Devils. He'll go down behind his net. Nicolas Peugeot passes it ahead. On the right wing, Stocks crosses the red line and dumps it in. Danziger gets there first. He's taken into the boards by Stahlbaum in the right corner. Yellow Jackets regaining control here. Playing it ahead, Dvorny. Puck kicks around the neutral zone, but Peugeot has got it again. Then he wanted Stahlbaum on the left wing, but he caught an edge and fell down. Stout will change. Yellow Jackets will start the rush. This is Dvorny now carrying it to center. Across the red line, he dumps it in. Kagawa gets away with a pick as he took Tekel down. On the right wing, the Blue Devils come to center. Cough it up, and the Jackets will send it back the other way. Tekel picks it up. Lays it behind his own net. Yermolnik picks it up right wing, turns and fires. Masternak gets it with a blocker. Now Nickerson on the right wing gets absolutely tattooed on the left wing as Tekel stepped into him. A decleater, if you will.
Where'd that truck come from?
Puck in the left wing corner now. Comes up to the line, held in there beautifully by Holmes. Feeds it to Ryder, right point. Ryder tried to play it to the left post. That one broken up easily by the Blue Devils. Best shift since the first one of the hockey game here for the Yellow Jackets, and it's being turned in by the fourth line freshman. Up top now, it's going to get off the stick of Blake Holmes and come back to neutral ice. Jackets have to tag up 3 forwards. Holmes, right circle, takes the shot. It's blocked. Holmes centers that. It's going to go off the stick of center. Dauphiné barreling in there trying to hold the zone, but the Blue Devils chip it out, and it comes all the way down. Behind the Yellow Jacket net now, loose puck. Comes out to the front of the net. The shot save made by Skorpic. Rebound picked up by Stark, and he'll start up the right wing. His pass easily intercepted because he put it right on Boyce's tape. And the Blue Devils will curl it back in their own zone now, and Gunnar Moore gives it to Boyce on the right side. He'll cross the red and dump it in. Puck's going to come all the way around the boards. On the left wing, it's going to hop off the stick of Tyrrell. I couldn't see them. The nameplates are a little hard to read.
They are.
And I thought it was, I couldn't tell who it was, so the puck comes back down in Stout territory now. Masternak out to play it. Clearing attempt held in. Bergstrom from the left point tried to get it deep, but that's broken up, and the Blue Devils get it to neutral. Jackets regain control, however. And on the right wing, this is Stark, but the Jackets are going to be called for the offside as Roosevelt got caught up in the Stout line change and couldn't get out of the zone.
Roosevelt was laying on the ice because he had a collision over there, and I was trying to figure out like what equates to 2 feet. You know, you can straddle the blue line with your 2 feet, except he was prone on his belly, and you could see him crawling, trying to reach an arm back across the blue line to be able to stay on side.
That had potential to be a nice rush.
Yeah.
57.6 seconds to go here in this period. Face-off is outside the Stout blue line. It's controlled here by the Yellow Jackets. Whitehouse will send it in. Out of the net, Masternak wraps it around, gets past Colin Pedersen, and back the other way. 2-on-2 come the Blue Devils to center. Diakawa throws that one rink wide. Yellow Jackets able to break that one up, and they'll start it back the other way. 2-on-1 now. Rasmussen mishandles in the neutral zone. Able to regain, can mishandles again. The Jackets are going to be forced to regroup. That went from a 2-on-1 to basically a 2-on-5 in no time. Stocks tips it to center for the Blue Devils. Jackets get it back. Center across the line. He scores! Talk about a goal that came out of nowhere. Blake Setter just throws it at the net. I don't think Masternak was expecting it, and the Jackets have tied it up.
No, somehow this puck came from Dvorny. And like you said, I don't think the goaltender was expecting a shot there. It came off Dvorny and came to Setter, and Setter just fired it from between the circles, but just inside the blue line. So basically right in the middle of the ice on the Subway logo. I don't think Setter was expecting it to go in either.
No, well, he did. He had the delayed reaction there, so.
Wow, 16 seconds left and already a goal.
That line probably has been the best one for the Yellow Jackets so far, Jason. So we'll, I'm glad they're the ones who are getting here. We'll take it. And the Yellow Jackets have drawn themselves even here.
Face-off just nullified there from Roosevelt, putting his elbow into Stahlbaum's ear hole.
It's his first goal as a Jacket, number 11, Blake Setter. He got an assist on the goal from number 17, Frank Dvorny. That's Setter from
so Dvorny gets the one assist on the goal.
At the 1940.
And the Yellow Jackets have worked their way into an even game here, and you'll take it because that wasn't unfortunately, we're back to, same script. Not a great period, but fortunately they're coming out of this one even.
Yeah, got to feel great to come out of there with the late goal. On the flip side, very deflating for the Blue Devils to give up that goal with 16 seconds left. Worked so hard to, build a lead and have an excellent period like Stout had there, and to come out of it all even is not what they were looking for.
Blue Devils outshoot the Yellow Jackets 7-6 in the opening 20. And it was probably the most unexpected shot of the period for the Yellow Jackets, a long ranger from Blake Setter. His first collegiate goal, and the Yellow Jackets will go to the locker room tied 1-1. We'll take a timeout and come back with our first intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network.
First intermission, and the first intermission is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, and it's time for us to check in with our Division III hockey correspondent, Chris Sugar from D3HockeyNews.com. And Mr. Sugar, before we dive into the hockey part of things, how was the Thanksgiving holiday for you?
It's always good to talk with you, John. Not too bad. Hopefully yours went well. We usually just do a low-key, chilled-out kind of thing. Most of the family's out of town anyway, so mostly low-key. Enjoy the time off of school and work, so can't complain.
Yeah, it was a little crazier this year at our house. I mean, we don't have a big house, and we had 13 people over, so it was the windows had to be opened. We'll put it that way, because it got pretty steamy in the Garver house. But all in all, good holiday. It was a good quick break, and then we're back to action the very next day with the tournament here in town and everything. So aside from Thanksgiving and everything, let's dive into the hockey piece of things. And let's start with the polls here. The polls came out here on Monday, and see anything that kind of caught your eye in the polls on the men's side and women's side that came out this week?
Oh, I mean, trying there. I'm curious how. I mean, I think most people are mostly out west, but curious how that series will go with St. Norbert. I think noticeably on my poll, there's more of a lean towards St. Norbert for number one versus USCHOs. So that's kind of I think personally, Hobart, they're there just because they're going to have it until they lose, if they lose. The NEHC is a little weaker this year, so it's kind of, I think the NCHA is a better conference at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of hockey to be played, but
I had a chance to watch a little bit of their hockey here over the last couple of weeks, and I don't see a weakness in that team. And they've slowly been chipping away at those first place votes that Hobart has had, and up to 7 this week. So that's a pretty legit hockey team right there.
Yeah, I've gotten to watch a couple games of them, and I most notably when they kind of, I guess, got on the radar, because when they played Stevens Point on that Tuesday night, I had the point radio on, and then I just had the video when I was getting some work done. But Yeah, seeing Frazier get a hat trick in 9 minutes, just over, and then just seeing the way they kind of controlled that game, and then the Aurora game. I mean, obviously the OT game was close. I mean, they didn't run over them then, but I believe it was a 6-2 game. It didn't really seem very close at times. So it's seeing them in Hobart play, I think, would just be a joy. Obviously, we'd have to wait until the Final Four if that's ever going to happen. But
Right.
they're just good. But I am looking forward to Utica and Geneseo this weekend at the 3 and 4. I'll get to see the Saturday game in Utica for their teddy bear toss, which is always sold out. So that should be a fun time as always there.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool event that they do. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of teddy bear tosses across hockey at multiple levels and everything, but Utica's is pretty cool. And 3 versus 4 matchup. That's probably safe to say that's the marquee of the week on the men's side, correct?
Yeah, I mean that or Norbert and Trine. I mean Geneseo and Trine. I think it's a toss up, honestly, who you'd put up there. Utica and Norbert, I think, in terms of ranking wise, have well established themselves at the 2 and 3, just based on who they've played and who they've beat, especially Utica with the split with Adrian, which obviously Adrian's not running up to speed at the moment, but still Adrian. So I think those two have separated themselves at that 2 and 3 from the 4 and 5, which Geneseo, who knows? Their schedule hasn't been crazy difficult so far. So I think it's going to be, I don't want to say a punch in the face against Utica and maybe in the first period of that first game on Friday, and then they kind of get up to speed. But if they don't expect that, then I think Utica could jump on them since they've played that top competition versus Geneseo hasn't seen it as of late.
How about on the women's side? For the first time in a year, somebody besides River Falls gets a first place vote.
Yeah, we've seen. I think Gustavus had one a couple weeks ago, but it's just been here and there with them and maybe Middlebury. I think the Middlebury one's warranted. I think at this point again, River Falls is in that spot where they've done enough where you're just going to keep them at 1.
Right.
They were trailing way late to Gustavus, and then they scored the 4 unanswered, which, that's why they're still 1. That's why they're still one of arguably the best team in D3. But no, I think Middlebury, they're very good, and them and Amherst. I still like Amherst to come out of the NESCAC, but Middlebury's they're deserving of a first place vote or multiple.
Why do you prefer Amherst over Middlebury?
I think their goaltending, like Natalie Stott, I forgive I think she's a junior now, but no, she's been arguably the best goalie in D3, or at least no worse than top 3 since she was a freshman. And I just like the way Amherst plays. I actually did, believe it or not, with some, I saw some of the highlights of their games, and I like them. Middlebury's a great team, obviously. I think the matchup, and I don't know, it's just one of those toss ups, and I would just lean Amherst for whatever reason.
What's the big matchup you're thinking on the women's side here this weekend?
I mean, it's weird. I mean, this Tuesday, actually, we're gonna see it. Obviously this is before, but we've got a midweek between Middlebury and Utica. This weekend, I haven't refreshed a ton on it. I think there is a big one in the NESCAC, if I'm not mistaken. It might be that. Might be Middlebury. Let me check. If you want to go to the next one quick, and I'll just refresh myself very quickly on that. But,
well, I mean, this is a great opportunity for you to pump your website too.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to d3octopus.com and see everything that's going on. That's also it's also a good option. And yeah, it's been going good so far. Enjoying it, and looking forward to seeing what we can make of it.
I mean, even last night, you had the Tuesday night game with Potsdam with the mild upset over Elmira.
Yeah, no, and that was it was Greg Haney kind of returned to the what do I call it, his I mean, that's where he coached for 3 years, so that was his, I guess, supposed to be his maybe reunion. Obviously his former team got the better of him, but no, they're Potsdam, I believe they did it to another team, I think maybe last year, the year before, on a midweek game. They upset somebody. I forget who it was, but it's not the first time they've done it. And yeah, and going backtracking to the key matchup, I'd say Augsburg and Gustavus. I forgot that matchup was this week. And so I would lean them, obviously. I think that'll be, top of the MIAC. Will Augsburg finally kind of dethrone Gustavus? They've got him the past couple of seasons. They've got him once or twice in the regular season. But I'd say that's the marquee matchup just because there's a lot of factors with that one.
Yeah, and we saw them earlier in the year, Augsburg, that is. We saw them very early in the season here, and that's a good hockey club. They've got a lot of talent there, so it would not surprise me if you're right, and this could be the team that dethrones Gustavus.
Yeah, and then the reason I would put that above this next one is just because of that. The league play. This other one's non-conference, so I mean you've got Adrian and River Falls. They played one of the best. They have a 2-game series in Adrian, but I lost track of my weeks here. I thought that was next week, but no, they played one of the best games. I think it was like 7-6 or 7-5, something like that last year. So obviously those two, you can't go wrong with that matchup, but I would put the MIAC above it just because it is league play. And obviously the non-conference with the 2 top 4 teams matters, but I would lean just Augsburg and Gustavus for that reason.
Good stuff, my friend. As always, thank you for taking time out here to talk to us, and probably won't catch up with you again until after the holidays, so you and your family have a great holiday.
Yes, sir. You as well.
We're going to take a quick time out, and we'll come back with more of our first intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior.
We're back here at Westman Arena. It's our first intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. The Yellow Jackets at UW-Stout tied 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Elsewhere around the WIAC this evening, tight games going on across the board here. UW-Eau Claire and UW River Falls are scoreless. That is in the opening stages of the second period. Eau Claire outshooting River Falls 13-3 thus far in that one. UW Stevens Point and Northland tonight are scoreless. Shots on goal through the first 25 minutes of the hockey game, 16-11 favoring Stevens Point, but nobody able to get on the board in that one. So a couple of scoreless games. Then here we are at Westman Arena, tied 1-1 after one, Jason.
Yeah, big time for a late goal there from UWS after what was mostly a sleepy first period. Credit to UWS, really good passing performance in that first period, but not a lot of offensive zone time to show for it, but definitely happy to go into that intermission all even at 1-1.
Stout opening the scoring at 5:23. Sam Kroon scoring his second, taking the wrister from up high that got past Jan Skorpik. I don't know, there was a whole lot he could do there. A fair amount of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, kind of a seeing eye wrist shot there. Credit to Kroon for getting it through. Colin Pedersen tried to block it. Maybe got some of it or didn't get any of it at all. Not sure what happened, but anyway, seeing eye puck found its way into the back of the net.
1-0 Stout at that point. Yellow Jackets drawing even at 19:44 with 16 seconds left in the period. A little turnover at the blue line, and it finds Blake Setter basically in the middle of the zone, and he just let a wrister go that, I don't know, there wasn't a ton of traffic in front of Masternak there, but enough to get by.
Yeah, maybe the puck knuckled a little bit on the goaltender. I'm not sure. I think the key to that was that Setter didn't dust it off. The puck was turned over on a sweep check by the Stout defenseman to the middle of the ice, and Stetter was just kind of skating into it, and he didn't grab it and dust it off and hold it. I mean, he just one-timed it, and whatever he got on it was enough because it found its way in.
First of the season for him. Frank DeVorney gets the assist. That was at 1944, and we're tied at 1 after 1. Shots on goal in that first period favoring Stout at 7-6. So even though the amount of offensive zone time that they had, kind of strange, there's only 6 shots on net there.
Yeah, it was surprising to look up at the shots on goal on the scoreboard and see it such a low number because Stout had a lot of time in the zone there. And there weren't a ton of blocks by UWS either. Just a lot of possession, not a lot of shots on goal.
5 blocks. 5 blocks for each team. So that's not a lot of offense being generated here at Westman tonight. 1 penalty in the first period. It went to the Blue Devils. Jackets 0 for 1 on the power play. Both teams back on the ice. Yellow Jackets will be going right to left here in this second period. Looks like they're doing a little bit of housekeeping in the goal crease that Jan Skorpik will be standing in for the bulk of this 20 minutes.
So the second period where all the action happens, both teams have the long change now, which can sometimes lead to some excitement.
Great second period by the Yellow Jackets last night, and let's hope they can carry this one over. Yellow Jackets, when tied after 1 period this year, are 2-0. Dauphiné and Peugeot will take the face-off here to start the second period. Again, Jackets and the gold sweaters going from right to left. They win the draw, and Blake Holmes will send it down softly into the Stout zone. Behind the net, Roosevelt comes out with it, feeds Dauphiné in the right circle, and that one's going to miss high and go up into the netting. Really good opportunity right off the hop there for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to say Blue Devil defender got a stick on that. And the face-off will stay in their zone to the left of goaltender Tyler Masternak. Puck played down behind the net. Comes back around. Left wing corner. Dauphiné had it, then he was relieved of the biscuit. It comes back around again. Behind the net, left wing corner, Dauphiné's got it. Up top, left point, Holmes. Over to the right point now. Ryder walks it, throws it back down to the left corner. Comes off the boards at a goofy angle. Stark tried to center for Roosevelt, but that one doesn't go. Now Stark behind the net, out front, comes up the slot. Ryder fires, he scores! Tyler Ryder snaps the wrist shot. It goes off the post and in. Second of the year for him, and the Jackets are in front.
Roosevelt had a shot at that puck first. I'm not sure if it hopped over his stick or if he pulled out at the last second, removing his stick from the play, but ended up going out to the point, and a fantastic shot there. Sounded like bar down, caught some iron on the way in. And the Jackets have an early lead here in the second period.
You could hear that one off the mics here, that it went off the post and in. Second of the year for Tyler Ryder. The Jackets are in front for the first time.
Second goal of the season and 5th of his career. Number 3, Tyler Ryder. He got an assist from number 7, Reed Stark, and number 9, Dan Roosevelt.
So Roosevelt and Stark with the helpers on that goal. Face off in the Stout zone here to the right of Tyler Masternak. 19:09 remaining. Second period, 2-1 Yellow Jackets. In the right wing corner, Nickerson going after it. Nickerson battling forward along the wall. He'll push it back down into the right corner. Gunnar Moore for Stout takes it there. Feeds it in the middle now for McAlpine. Puck comes to the high slot, turned over by Nickerson now, and Moore will start Stout back the other way. His pass is going to be broken up now, and Setter back the other direction for the Jackets. Setter down to the right corner. Took a weird route to that puck. I think it hit the referee. And the Blue Devils able to get control now. Setter with a steal. He's got it poked off his stick. Danziger tried to hold the zone, but it eventually does pop out. And then that one's going to jump up into the Yellow Jacket bench. So we'll get a face-off here in the neutral zone. 18:32 remaining. Period number 2. Yellow Jackets up 2-1.
Boy, teams hate giving up late goals in the last minute. Hate giving up early goals in the first minute. Coaching staff for UW-Stout can't like what they've seen in those two sequences.
Puck is in the Stout zone on the right wing. Trying to kick that one deep was Pedersen. Following the play, Whitehouse. He sends it to the left corner. Now the puck comes back up to the line. They'll be swept back behind the goal. Kroon gets there. Passes it over to his defense partner. Now it comes up to Bermanis on the right wing. Maxis Bermanis across the Yellow Jacket line gets poke check. Puck stays in the zone. Laurila over to Kroon on the left wing side. Back up top for Laurila. He'll backhand it deep. Puck is behind the Yellow Jacket net now. Scooping it up there, Bergstrom, and he's going to flip it ahead. That's going to come all the way down the ice. It's going to be on goal. Masternak out to play it. He'll send it all the way back the other direction. Icing waved off. Halverson wins the race. He centers. Swept out of there with the goal stick by Skorpic. Now it's in the right wing, on the right wing board, I should say. In the yellow. Next sports broadcast coming your way on 91.3 KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. It'll be Thursday night here from Westman Arena. Yellow Jacket men taking on Northland in a home and home series being played on Thursday and Saturday. Puck comes down into the Stout zone. Noe Perez ahead for Stahlbaum on the right wing. He sends it in, just a little redirection. It's going to be covered up by Skorpic, so he'll hold on to it.
Got to do that deep dive into your record books and find all the Thursday games in Yellow Jacket history. Has that been a rarity?
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Probably not as rare as you think. Because when we had an odd number of teams in the league, in the second half of the, again, you played everybody 3 times the second half of the year, you always had games going on Thursdays. So it's not all that uncommon. That being said, I'm not sure I ever played in a Thursday game. Not here anyway. Therrien on the right wing tried to clear it on the backhand. That doesn't go. Then he falls down. Puck gets poked past him. Stahlbaum tried to send it up to the point. Picked off there and cleared by Therrien. Now Boyce in his own zone. Pestered by Therrien as that one comes all the way back down behind the Blue Devil net. It gets away from Gunnar Moore. Clemenson's got it right wing corner. Clemenson now battling for possession in there to help out Therrien. But the Blue Devils will clear. Clemenson up the right wing, plays it into the Stout zone. Yellow Jackets will start a line change here. Gunnar Moore gets around the stick check of Reed Stark. Brennan breaks it up at the Yellow Jacket line. Now coming across the line with it, Gunnar Moore. He's bumped off the play by Holmes. Puck comes back behind the net. Stark ahead at center. Therrien tipped ahead. Holmes, big collision there at the line. And then he chops the guy down, and that's going to be a penalty. So Blake Holmes losing his temper a little bit there. He got the best of the hit.
Right.
And then was unhappy about it for some reason and chopped a player down, and it's going to be a power play here for Stout.
Time on ice can be an interesting thing. I mean, obviously you get tired, but sometimes your mind gets a little tired too. He was at the end of a shift there, and like you said, a little frustrated. Maybe a little earlier in the shift, he just kind of takes that and skates away, but at that moment, the fuse was a little shorter, and now he's in the box for a bit.
4:09 the time of the penalty on Holmes. First power play here for Stout. Coming into the game 18.9%, so they've got a pretty good power play here, the Blue Devils do, and Gunnar Moore's got it in the right circle. Yellow Jacket penalty kill at 86.5%, was above 90 coming into the weekend. They gave up 2 last night, and then they gave up 1 here as Stevens scores. And this one's even.
Stevens skated a little loop around the left circle, caught the pass at the top of the circle, and had a whole lot of space and exploited it. Basically skated right down the chute there and just fired a wrist shot. Blocker side on Jan Skorpic.
4:26 the time of the power play goal for the Blue Devils. Be the 5th of the year for Nicholas Stevens. Feel things percolating a little bit here. I mean, I think this one could get testy tonight.
Yep, a lot of little nasty stuff going on after the whistles, during the stoppages. Definitely a little Saturday night storm brewing here at Westman.
Kroon and Gunnar Moore got the assists on the goal by Stevens. His 5th, and it's a tie game here, 2-2 early second period. Blue Devils back on the rush now. Roosevelt got planted with a good check just inside the Yellow Jacket blue line as the Blue Devils remain on the attack here. Serre paid it behind the Jacket net. Dauphiné breaks that one up and sends it up the left wing. Roosevelt taps it around the defenseman, catches up to it left corner. Throws the ball for the Yellow Jackets. Behind the net. Out front, Dauphin's redirection at the top of the goal crease. Misses just wide on the left side. And the Blue Devils will clear it back to center. As we pass the 5-minute mark of the second period, Yellow Jackets and Stout tied 2-2. Right wing corner, Stout zone. Roosevelt tied up there by Pfister. Coming out with it, Dauphin. The right circle for Stark. Stark stick handling. Looking up, takes the shot. That's going to miss wide. Bergstrom now at the left point. Plays it back down low. Behind the net, Dauphin banks it off the net. At the left post there, Nickerson tried to smash that one in, but it's not going to go, and the Blue Devils will clear. Icing's going to be waved off. Whitehouse leaving it below the goal line here, and it's come back up on the left wing. This is Setter feeding Yermolnik. He mishandles. Following the play, Bergstrom went to dump it in. Blue Devils will come right back out with it here. This is Kroon. Yellow Jackets broke it up for a moment at center, but now it comes back the other way with Tyrrell. He plays it down for Halverson, left corner. It comes around behind the Yellow Jacket net. Tekel there. He's knocked off the play. Trying to work it up the boards. Bergstrom for Nickerson. That's going to come all the way down. Icing will be waved off as Setter gets the puck first. Setter in the right wing corner. Comes out of the corner now, right circle. Plays it in front. Yermolnik's shot's going to go wide. Holmes on the left wing. Sends it back behind the Stout net to the right corner. Back up top. It's going to get past Ryder at the right point. To the Blue Devils coming back the other way. Stahlbaum takes a chop. That's going to be a penalty. And then Ryder goes hard into the end boards. And it's going to be a power play here again for Stout. But the bigger question, Tyler Ryder, are you all right?
Yeah, a great effort by Ryder to try to get back and take away that scoring chance from Stahlbaum. Got the worst of it, crashing into the end boards. And he's
one of those that he really didn't have a choice.
Right. He's up, skating off now.
Well, he's going to get a couple of minutes to take a break.
Right. Put his glove to the back of his head there, but looks like he's moving pretty well. Looked like kind of one of those whiplash situations. Probably hit on his backside and then snapped his head back into the boards a little bit. Meanwhile, Stout goes back on a power play after just scoring on their last one.
6:31 the time of the penalty. Jackets control the draw, try to clear, and then that one caught the bench. So we're going to get a face-off coming back out. I think keep it in the zone, or yes. Clearing attempt got somebody on the Stout bench, so face-off will be to the right of Skorpic. Blue Devils controlling it. Perez left point. Jackets able to force that one out into the neutral zone as Rasmussen all over the player. Now Roosevelt's got it. He'll flip it down into the Stout zone and give chase. Perez falls down. The puck was underneath him. Roosevelt comes out with it. He's battling with a couple of Blue Devils along the end boards. Finally, Peugeot comes away. He'll carry it to center. Nicholas Peugeot across the Yellow Jacket line, but the Blue Devils in a step ahead of the play, and that's going to be an offside call. So we'll have a face-off coming here, and outside the Yellow Jacket blue line. 1:29 to go in the minor penalty to Tyler Ryder. 12:58 to go here in the second period. Yellow Jackets and Blue Devils deadlocked at 2. Bergstrom has it, and he'll send it all the way down. Perez will back it up. Gives it ahead for Peugeot on the left wing, and he gets knocked down, but not before he dropped it off for Perez, who then in turn drops it off for Stahlbaum. He walks around one man. Stahlbaum left circle. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Danziger knocks him off the puck. It's played up to the right point. Perez slides it over Peugeot. Wanted Stocks in the right circle, but the Yellow Jackets were able to take away that passing lane. Now Stocks, top of the right circle, takes the shot, saves Skorpic. Rebound was there as a big one right up the slot. Fortunately, the puck ends up behind the Yellow Jacket net. Danziger there, wraps it around the right side. It doesn't leave. Peugeot at the left point, stick handles. Centering pass that goes off the stick of Pettersson. Pettersson knocks his man to the ice. Puck still tied up along the left wing boards. Jackets finally get it to center with Dauphin. They'll cross the red and backhand it in, and both teams are going to change some players here. 25 left in the minor penalty to Ryder.
That was Stahlbaum that Pettersson put into the boards roughly, and it's not the first rough ride he's had this evening. He was slow getting off the ice there, squawking a little bit at the officials on his way.
Diakawa on the left wing into the Yellow Jacket zone. Picks up speed as he circles back behind the net. He'll come out the right wing side. Up top to Moore at the right point. Moore's going to carry it down the boards. Feeds it down low, gets it back. Sharp angle shot. The save is going to be made. And the Yellow Jackets had Therrien coming off the bench in place of the penalized player, but the pass was behind him. Or that have been a golden opportunity coming off that penalty kill. At center now, this is Therrien. He'll cross the line on the left wing. Tried to center it on the backhand, but that one was blocked.
Got to get that puck in deep.
Now Moore moved it up the right wing. Intercepted by Ishmael. Puck kicks around and it comes back into the Yellow Jackets zone. Played ahead by Brennan. Intercepted in the neutral zone. Blue Devils right back in. Stevens drops it off. McAlpine is shot, and the save made by Skorpic. He's going to hold on. And a faceoff coming up here in the Yellow Jackets zone. 10:50 to play, second period. Yellow Jackets and Blue Devils tied 2-2.
Another stellar serenade from the Full Metal Jackets tonight. Always nice when they're in the house.
Face-off controlled by the Jackets. Pass intended for Stark was behind him. It comes into the Stout zone. Cadieux-Fredette has it there. Now it's moved up on the left wing boards. Laurila back for Cadieux-Fredette. Beats Teckel right side. Rink wide feet on the left. Read beautifully by Roosevelt as he intercepts. Then he overskates the puck. He'll just send it deep. Dauphiné giving chase. It's tied up left wing corner. Blue Devils come out with it. Bermanis turns that one over, then Fanning on the shot up high with Setter.
Yeah, it worked earlier. Why not try it again?
He gave it a shot, but actually didn't shoot this time. Centering feed out front, and they score. Teckel coming down the slot was found by Bermanis, and the Blue Devils have moved back in front.
Jackets just struggled to get back and pick up players there. Led to a golden scoring chance for Stout, and they cashed in. Now more chirping after the whistle here as Daniel Roosevelt got knocked down. Having some words with the Stout bench as he makes his way off the ice. Tough ending to the shift for Roosevelt.
Yeah, he's doubled over heading back to the bench. Teckel with the goal, his second. Bermanis will get one of the assists. And the Blue Devils have erased that lead the Yellow Jackets scored on or made early. Laurila will also get an assist for UW-Stout. Now a 3-2 game. Blue Devils have the lead. Here they come again. They have the puck in the Yellow Jacket zone. Jackets to clear, but it doesn't come out. Puck up to the line. A long shot that's going to miss wide. Comes back behind the net. Halverson tried to center. Hits the back of the net. Now it's loose right top. The goal crease. A shot. Skorpic makes the save. Puck was played with a high stick by Stout, but the Jackets come back the other way as Setter moves it ahead. Wanted to try to get a foot race there for Nickerson, but he doesn't win the race, and that's going to be an icing call. And it's going to be coming back down in Yellow Jacket territory. 9:47 remaining here. Second period, 3-2 Stout.
Blue Devils taking advantage of some power play time and building a bit of a territorial edge here again in the second period.
Jackets have not been the same since coming off that PK. We've seen that way too many times this year. In the neutral zone. Dumped in by Yermolnik. It's on goal. Masternak makes the save. Jackets have to tag up. They will change personnel as well. As Perez comes out with it, then he gets chopped down by Yermolnik, but play continuing on. Now it's back the other way. Peugeot across the Yellow Jacket line. Right circle takes the shot. Skorpic the save. Rebound was there for a moment, but now he's going to cover that one up. And more pushing and shoving as Hayden Stocks and Matt Danziger having a conversation along the end boards. As we head to the media timeout, we can say if you're looking for a Yellow Jacket fan looking for great team gear, visit our official Yellow Jacket sideline store and browse all the current styles of Yellow Jacket apparel and accessories, including the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear. Find the Yellow Jacket sideline store at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop.
Tricky shot by Peugeot there on that last rush, using the UWS player as a bit of a screen and changing the stick angle on his shot. Skorpic had to fight it off a little bit, but managed to hang on, get the whistle, takes us into the media timeout, which comes at a good time again for UWS, hopefully to get a reset here.
You get that goal to start the period, first minute. You're riding a wave of momentum because you get that one in the last minute, like you said, of the first period, then the first minute of the second period, and quickly take a penalty shortly after, and everything just kind of gets derailed at that point.
Yeah, credit to Stout for clawing their way back into this one after taking a couple of gut punches there with the late goal and the early goal.
Face-off is going to be to the left of Jan Skorpic. 11 saves for him so far in the game. Jackets trailing 3-2, 9:17 to play in the second period. Stout wins the draw. Tekel with a shot from the right point that just misses wide right. Jackets able to clear it out to the neutral zone. Kagawa pokes it past the defender. Puck kicks back down below the goal line as Tekel being pestered there by Kagawa. He'll reverse it back the other way to the right side where Kroon's got it. Kroon played that one ahead into the neutral zone. That's going to be broken up and played back down into Yellow Jacket territory. Peugeot giving chase. He falls down, loses the puck to Danziger. Now Danziger comes out with it. Peugeot chases him quickly, but the Jackets able to play it ahead. Rasmussen for Kagawa, but that one was behind him. Back behind the goal. Boyce will settle it down. Gunnar Moore for Stout, ahead for Peugeot on the right wing. Peugeot across the line. Taken off the puck, and the Yellow Jackets will advance it the other way. Blue Devils send it back in. Moore at the right point. Wanted to go to the left point. Mishandled a bit, and now the Jackets will take it back the other way. This is Terrian across the line, 2-on-1. Stick handled one too many times. Had Clemenson going to the net. Now it's poke checked off his stick, and the Blue Devils catch the Jackets in a line change. This is Boyce driving into the net. Big collision there. Everybody going down. That was like a Mike game there when everybody hits the ice. Skorpic comes back into the net. He was caught up in the wash there. He doesn't have any lumber. Now the shot coming in. The save is made by Skorpic. He's using a player's stick there, and finally able to squeeze that one and hold on. Face-off coming here in the Yellow Jacket zone.
Jackets again not managing the puck in the attacking zone very well, and ends up being a quick reload for Stout. A good scoring chance coming back the other way.
So get a false start on the face-off. We'll do it again at the left of Jan Skorpic. 7:39 to go, second period. Stout up 3-2. They've been the better team for the most part of this one, Jason.
Yep.
Laurelaw on the right wing, sharp angle shot to save Skorpic. Right circle now. Laurelaw again, a shot that's going to go wide. Roosevelt on the right wing to clear, but it doesn't come out. Turnover at the line. Blue Devils quickly back in. Bermanis with the shot. That's going to be stopped, and now Noe Perez exchanging pleasantries at the top of the goal crease with Roosevelt.
Yeah, Jackets have had the unexpected lightning strikes, but Stout has had the sustained offense in this one for sure.
Face off to Skorpic's right. Controlled by the Jackets behind the net, circling and coming out the left side is Bergstrom. He's got a guy all over him. He's able to push it up the left wing boards and get it to the Stout line. Pfister takes it there and flips it ahead. Tyrrell gets around the defenseman Brennan and gets a shot away, and the save is going to be made by Skorpic. Now Halverson up top, Pfister at the right point. He sends that one deep. It comes off the end board. Nickerson to clear, held. Perez at the left point. He takes a shot. That's deflected in traffic. Now Setter on the left wing. He'll clear it out into the neutral zone. Stocks takes it there. His pass is going to be broken up by Nickerson. Comes all the way down behind the Stout net now. Setter takes Tekel into the boards. Setter tries to get free and does. Pushes it to the right side for Danziger, who puts it right back down behind the net for Nickerson. Nickerson left corner. Gives it back behind for Setter. Centering pass. That one's going to be intercepted. And Perez coming back the other way. Plays that one to neutral ice. Danziger up the left wing. Yermolnik leaves it for Setter across the Stout line. His shot will be deflected, and that'll go up into the netting.
Jackets having a hard time even managing a shot on goal over these last 5 minutes of this one. Just really struggling to enter the zone and create anything in between the circles. See if they can take advantage of this offensive zone faceoff here.
Face-off controlled by the Jackets. Pedersen had it in his skates, then lost it. Kagawa was able to thwart the breakout attempt. And then Pedersen will play it deep. It comes back behind the Stout net. Blue Devils try to carry it out. Kagawa breaks that one up. They eventually will carry it out of the zone, but the Jackets get it back at center. Pedersen over to the left wing side, and Rasmussen dumps it in. Puck's going to come all the way back around. On the left wing boards, the Blue Devils will clear it back. McAlpine across the red line, flips it into the left wing corner, Yellow Jacket zone. Dvorny giving chase. Diakawa there to pressure him. Holmes behind the net, around the right wing for Pedersen, and he'll clear. Stout dumps it right back in. Holmes now ahead on the left wing. That's not going to come out as Stevens intercepts. Stevens feeds that for Diakawa going to the net. Excuse me, that was Stocks. Now Dvorny's got it for the Jackets here, and he plays it ahead. Kagawa at center. 3-on-2 if the Jackets hurry. Kagawa across the Stout line. Long shot, save Masternak. Rebound will be cleared away. A lot of players on the ice for the Jackets there. As they dodge the too many men call. They had another one last night. That's 4 on them so far this season, much to the chagrin of the Yellow Jacket coaching staff. Peugeot in the Yellow Jacket zone. Tied up by Ryder. He'll leave it for Stahlbaum. Stahlbaum drops it for Boyce, but Roosevelt breaks it up, fails to clear it out. Boyce sends it deep. It's going to go off the end boards now. Holmes giving chase. He's tired, however. Jackets need a change. Dauphiné takes a man down. Play continuing on. Holmes for the Jackets tried to carry it out. That's not going to go. Stahlbaum again. Hit by Holmes. Dauphiné to clear. It hits Reed Stark. Comes up to the blue line. Serre's shot's not going to go, and the Jackets are finally going to be able to exit their zone. Ryder up on the left wing. Carries it all the way down to the left corner. Plays it behind the net. Right corner, Roosevelt. Roosevelt in the right corner. Loses the puck as we pass the 16-minute mark. I lied. We're about to pass the 16-minute mark.
As we nudge ever closer to the 16-minute mark. Stahlbaum again going off the ice unhappy. This time it looked like maybe the blue paint in the crease got him as he...
I didn't see it. I just saw him laying down. I was watching the puck come back this way.
Landing flat on his back. Flipping sides on the face-off here, going from...
There's a rather long delay on this face-off, right, too. So I'm like, what in the world are we trying to figure out here?
From the goaltender's left to his right side now. Dauphiné on to take the draw.
Rasmussen at the left point. Oh, there's a power play coming. I didn't even see there's a penalty.
Oh.
Well, okay then.
Wow. Your analyst really slipped there. I mean, I think that's my job. I was too busy watching Stahlbaum wander off the ice.
So time of the penalty is 15:59. And it was on Bermanis of UW-Stout. Second power play for the Yellow Jackets here. Stark from the right circle, a shot that's going to miss high. Oh, it's on the goaltender. Okay. I did.
No
oh, it's
notice.
a bench minor for too many men. Okay, now it's making more sense. Got it.
Stealthy.
At any rate, we're 30 seconds gone in the power play. It took us that long to figure it out. The power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Puck is in the right wing corner. Comes up to the point. Over now to Rasmussen, left circle. He fans on the one-timer. Now Ryder over to Stark in the right circle. He hits the crossbar. The one-timer by Stark hits the iron. Stark again from the right circle, and the save is made by Masternak, and then that'll be cleared all the way down the ice. So a couple of good opportunities there.
Pedersen got absolutely mauled on that power play and finished it off with having his stick knocked out of his hands as he was making his way to the bench.
Up the right wing. Bergstrom got it across the line, but no further, and the Blue Devils will send it back the other way. Truly a game of inches there as
Coach
the Yellow Jackets hit the iron.
Coach McKenna telling Roosevelt to knock that stick out of the mid lane, which he has done now to clear open a path for the Jackets to enter the zone.
Holmes at center. Passes it over to the right wing. Bergstrom finally gets it into Stout territory and flicks it down to the right corner. He's going to give chase. Tekel there first. He clears it around the boards. Broken up on the left wing side. Kagawa. He'll spin from the check. Iki Kagawa up top. Gets it back. Kagawa left circle. Takes a shot deflected in front by Roosevelt. Save is made. Puck was loose for a moment. And then he'll cover up. And a face-off coming here in the Stout zone. Just 17 seconds left in the minor penalty to UW-Stout, being served by Maxis Bermanis. I thought it was on the goaltender at first, and then when I heard penalty being served, I thought it was on the goaltender, but then it made a little more sense.
Now we know.
Yarmolnik in to take the draw. The Blue Devils win it. Boyce is going to rip it around the left wing side. That's going to come all the way down. DeVornay behind the net. His pass for Danziger. Now taken by Setter. He'll wrap it around the boards again on the left wing. Nickerson as we pass the 18-minute mark of this second period. Stout leading 3-2, and they're back to full strength. Yarmolnik giving chase to the loose puck. Nickerson there as well. Behind the net, Setter's got it right wing corner. Blake Setter plays it up top. Shot taken by Danziger is deflected. Ends up left corner Stout zone. Now Bermanis on the right wing. There's that one ahead to center. Laurila giving chase, as is Danziger. Matt Danziger taking some lumber there. Able to get it over to the left wing side. Stout will dump it right back in. McAlpine and Danziger tie up left corner. Back behind the Yellow Jacket net. Right wing corner now for the Blue Devils. Diakawa sends it up top. Perez back down right corner. Diakawa. He's going to carry it behind the goal. Spins off of the check now. Back up top right circle, Perez. All kinds of traffic in the goal crease. The shot stopped. Jackets to clear, and that one will get out with under a minute to play here now in this second period. A lot of traffic in front of Jan Skorpic there.
Stevens just drove the UWS defenseman right back into Skorpic and took up residence in the crease with no call.
Stevens across the line takes the shot. Skorpic with the save, and that goes up into the netting. And we'll get a whistle with 36.5 seconds to play.
And good on Stevens. If there isn't going to be a call, if they're going to let it go, I mean, that's just playing aggressive and creating space. I mean, he's doing great work. Skorpic still trying to plead his case here after having players shoved into his crease right on top of him.
I mean, I know in the NHL that would be reviewed, obviously, for not allowing the goaltender to play his position. Puck down in the Yellow Jacket zone. Whitehouse passes it behind his own net to the right side. Bergstrom up the boards now. Roosevelt tipped ahead at center. On the left wing boards, Dauphiné tried to dump it in, got knocked down. Roosevelt into the mix as well. Pretty much in just about anything here tonight. Roosevelt's been in the middle of it. He's into it again with Stocks, and you got to be careful doing stuff like that as he swats the stick away from Hayden Stocks.
Stocks wouldn't let him go after Roosevelt hit him. And so the two of them just kept scrapping. Been that kind of game for sure.
Indeed it has. 7.9 seconds to play here in the second period.
Now those two are back together. Stocks jabs Roosevelt on the back of the knee. Roosevelt's leaning on him. Lots of chirping.
And probably a smart move by Coach McKenna there. Take him off. Let him cool off a bit and don't take one here in the final seconds. Tackle for stop, dumps it in.
Stolbaum's on the ice again.
It's going to come all the way down, and the buzzer will sound, and then Iki Kagawa throws one at Stocks, and holy cow.
I don't know if Stocks wants a call here as he's lobbying with the officials, but I mean he's bringing it on as much as any of the Jacket players are giving it back to him. Just being a good irritant. Officials keeping Stout on their bench here as UWS clears out of that zone. Now they're letting them go.
Now they're going to be released. Yellow Jackets making their way off the ice here at the end of 40 minutes. They find themselves down by a goal, 3-2 after 2. We'll take a timeout and come back with our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Here at Westman Arena, it's our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, the Yellow Jackets and UW-Stout. In a heated battle here tonight, Jason. It's the temperature going up by the minute, and I said early in the second period, it feels like things are simmering here a little bit, and I'm not going to change that take. Yeah,
it looks like WIAC conference play in full bloom here. There's a couple of teams that don't like each other and are fighting for some key points. Obviously, Stout hasn't tasted victory in couple weeks here, haven't won since November 22nd, so that's a team that's hungry for a win, and UWS hungry for those points, try to keep climbing in the standings, and it's been a hotly contested game so far.
After 40 minutes, Stout has the lead by a score of 3-2. It was a 1-1 game after one. Stout scoring early at 5:23 to make it 1-0. Sam Kroon his second. Blake Setter ties it at 19:44 with his first, 1-1 after one. Then in the second period, Stout kind of asserting itself a little bit, outshooting the Yellow Jackets 15-8 and outscoring them 2-1. Yellow Jackets actually scored early, 42 seconds into the second period, though. Tyler Ryder with a rocket from the slot that gave the Jackets the lead.
Yeah, nice play. Generated a great scoring chance and a great shot. Seemed like he got some iron, maybe went bar down on that shot. Things were looking great for the Yellow Jackets. A late goal to end the first and an early goal to take the lead in the second.
Unfortunately, the Jackets again got into penalty trouble. I mean, they've only taken 2, but it's the timing of the penalties, and you got a little momentum off scoring on those consecutive shifts. And unfortunately, the penalty kind of scuttled that momentum a little bit. And UW-Stout only needed 17 seconds to score on the power play. Nicholas Stevens, his fifth at 4:26, tied it.
Yeah, had plenty of space over there on the far circle and caught a nice pass and walked right down the chute and fired a shot home.
Fifth of the year for him. Kroon and Gunnar Moore had the assists, and it was a 2-2 game at that point. Then at 9:48 of the second period, it went to 3-0. Max Teckel scoring his second, Bermanis and Laurel of the assists, and Stout moves back in front.
Yeah, that one hurt. You know, as you mentioned during the broadcast, just a tough way to end up giving up a lead after taking the early lead in the period, and all that momentum just evaporated with that goal, and now it's an uphill battle Jackets are facing here going into the third.
Shots on goal in the second period. We already mentioned Stout 15 for a 2-period total of 22, and the Yellow Jackets had just 8 for a 2-period total of 14. So last night, the Yellow Jackets with 14 shots on goal in the second period, and tonight 14 total. They seem really flat tonight.
Yeah, there's not much offense being generated right now, and definitely going to need a change to create some more quality chances in the third period, unless they can get Lightning to strike for a third time.
Each team has been called 2 penalties for 4 minutes. Yellow Jackets 0 for 2 on the power play. While UW-Stout is 1 for 2 with the man advantage. 4 of the Yellow Jacket shots, by the way, so far in the game have come while they are on the power play. Only a couple of Yellow Jackets with multiple shots on goal. Ryder, Stark, Setter, Pedersen, and Kagawa. So 10 of your 14 shots have come from 5 players. That says a little something, too.
Yeah, definitely not a wide, diverse range of shots or scoring chances for the Yellow Jackets in this one.
The other thing to think about, too, the Jackets on that power play late in the period. Reed Stark rings the crossbar.
Right. Could have been, it was that close. Just a game of inches, right? Could have been back to even there. Jackets did get a couple of good looks on that power play. So knocking on the door, just need to get one more and then hopefully be able to retake the lead.
We're through 40 minutes here at Westman Arena. It's our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, and the Yellow Jackets are trailing UW-Stout by a score of 3-2. We'll take a break and come back with more of our intermission right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back at Westman Arena. It's our second intermission, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. The Yellow Jackets trailing UW-Stout 3-2 after 2 periods of play. Elsewhere around the WIAC tonight, after 2 at the Hobbs Ice Arena in Eau Claire, the Blue Golds leading UW River Falls 1-0. Tyler Herzberg with the only goal of the hockey game in that one. Eau Claire out shooting River Falls 22-11, so the Blue Golds doing a good job defensively, limiting what is a pretty potent attack for UW River Falls to just 11 shots on net through 40 minutes. 15 minutes to go in the third period. Stevens Point now leading Northland 3-0. That was a scoreless game after 1, but the Pointers giving themselves some breathing room here. Fletcher Anderson with a goal, Owen Dean with another one, and Quentin Hill with the third one for UW Stevens Point as they are out shooting the Lumberjacks 33-18. 15 minutes to go in that one at the Bay Area Civic Center in Ashland. Earlier this afternoon, the Yellow Jacket women's hockey team was on the road to take on UW-Eau Claire. The Blue Golds ranked number 12 or number 13 in the country, depending on what poll you are looking at, and it was a 4-2 win for UW-Eau Claire in that one. Cora Coase scoring both of the goals for the Yellow Jackets, who are now 4-6-1 overall and 1-3 in the WIAC. Molly Black got the start in net for the Yellow Jackets in the contest, and she finished the game with 36 saves. Men's basketball at UW-Eau Claire, they fall today 81-75. Jackets were up 39-35 at the half, but the Blue Golds able to come back and tie it, sending it to overtime, and then Jackets getting outscored 13-7 in the extra session, and it's a victory for UW-Eau Claire 81-75. 27 points for Yellow Jacket senior Javon Walker, who was 8 for 14 shooting, including 4 of 5 from 3. He also had 3 rebounds and an assist. Andrew Cornelius got into double figures as well, 18 points and 5 rebounds for him. Yellow Jacket women's basketball gets edged by UW-Eau Claire as well, 58-56. Jackets were up 31-24 at the half, but the Blue Golds putting the pedal down in the second half and get the victory late. Katie Dobson with 12 points to lead the way offensively for the Yellow Jackets. Dobson also had 6 rebounds. Her and Kylie Hewitt with 6 rebounds apiece. That led the Yellow Jackets there, and that is a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Our next sports broadcast here on 91.3 KUWS will come your way on Thursday night here from Westman Arena in Superior as the Yellow Jacket men's hockey team takes on Northland College. It'll be a 6:30 pregame show followed by a 7:05 p.m. faceoff. And then on Saturday, the Yellow Jacket men will be on the road at the Bay Area Civic Center in Ashland to take on the Lumberjacks. That will be a 7 o'clock face-off, 6:30 pregame show. Both of those live here at 91.3 KUWS. And sandwiched in between them, you got a couple of women's hockey games as the Concordia College Cobbers come to town next weekend. A 7 o'clock face-off on Friday night. We'll have that one live here on 91.3 KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Pregame show 6:45. And then on Saturday afternoon here at 2 o'clock, it'll be a 2 o'clock face-off, 1:45 pregame show on both KUWS and Yellow Jacket TV. So plenty of, get your hockey fix here. Plenty of action on 91.3 and Yellow Jacket TV over the course of the next week. But before we can look too far ahead on that, we're still going to have a third period that we need to play here. You're in the locker room right now, Jason. What are you telling this Yellow Jacket team?
Got to come out moving your feet for sure. I think skating is going to be the key in this third period for UWS. Got to do everything hard on pucks, skate hard, forecheck hard, get the feet moving and see if you can create something from that recipe. Just moving the feet and hopefully good things will happen. I mean, there isn't a whole lot more else you can say. You know, I mean, at this point, you got to start winning more races to lose pucks and retrieving some pucks so you can maintain some possession. Everything else flows from that.
Yeah, it was. I think that was one thing that really stuck out to me. I didn't say anything about it in the second period, but they weren't moving their feet at all that period. And Stout won a lot of races to pucks. They didn't have a lot of contested zone exits. You know, some of that is just how they play and the things that they were doing. They made it easy on themselves to get out of the zone. But you can cause a lot of problems with moving your feet, and the Jackets just didn't do that, and it was evidenced by the shot chart. Yeah,
I think there are a few players for UWS that have been moving tonight. Roosevelt, one of them for sure. But they need to come out with a desperate type period of action here. Desperate in their skating, desperate in their effort level. Like they need to play desperation hockey here in the third period to kind of turn the tide in this one.
Coach McKenna talked about it a little bit in the pregame last night, coming off that loss to St. Scholastica last weekend. The big word he's using, urgency.
Right.
Jackets need to come out with some urgency. They need to have urgency on faceoffs and win draws. And I look at it here, they've won 21 of 41 in the game. So it's not great, but better than it has been because they got obliterated in the faceoff dot last night. Urgency on faceoffs, urgency on your power play, getting to the puck, moving it quickly, moving your feet, and that's probably exactly what you're saying, and it echoes what he said last night. They got to find that urgency here in the third period.
Right, without the urgency, without the foot speed, you're not going to get to the pucks, and without the pucks, obviously, you're not going to create offense. So you can talk all you want about, you know, being able to create certain kind of chances and stuff, and that's certainly the case. You want to get some grade A scoring chances, but the way you're going to get that is through moving your feet, winning possession, maintaining possession, moving without the puck, being an option, being a threat, playing with that urgency that you talked about, and we'll see what UWS comes out with here. You know, if they're satisfied with taking a split and having another sleepy Saturday, or if they want to try to change that tonight.
About 4 minutes and 40 seconds away from the start of the third period. Stout leading at 3-2 here at Westman Arena. We'll take a break and come back with more of our second intermission, sponsored by Howland Incorporated right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Back here at Westman Arena, moments away from the start of this third period. Yellow Jackets trailing UW-Stout 3-2, and they need to figure some stuff out here in that locker room as they come out for a pretty pivotal third period here, Jason. And I've talked plenty, probably too much about the statistical anomaly that is the Yellow Jacket record. 5-0 on Friday, 0-3-1 coming into tonight on any day that's not called Friday. It's really hard to explain, and it goes back to what you said. Are they comfortable taking the split? Obviously, because there's been plenty of them here, but these are points on the line here now. This isn't a non-conference game. You can't leave Saturday points on the table the way they have.
Right, and as you talked about in the pregame show, I mean, the WIAC is always tightly contested, and every point ends up mattering. There are no nights where you can take a night off, and these points are crucial. They're important, especially on home ice. Like, you got to defend your home rink, and so we'll see if UWS is able to come out and do that here with a good push in the third period.
We await the teams to come back. I did want to ask, just out of curiosity, the PWHL, the Professional Women's Hockey League, launched their season here within the last week or so. And what do you think about the rule? I can't remember the name of it now. I'm drawing a blank, but basically your team takes a penalty, you can't change personnel. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I think there's
how many penalties you talked about in the second period come because someone's tired.
Right.
And okay, now you're exhausted. Your team takes a penalty. You got to stay out here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, okay. So first of all, I mean, there's a player safety component, and we don't want to do anything that's not safe. So I mean, that's one thing. But aside from that, when you look at ways to try to create more offense in a sport, and that's a sport that needs more offense, then that might be a good way to do that without changing the game. What you don't want to do is what we heard about in Major League Baseball over the last 2 weeks with the thought of being able to bring a hitter up, any hitter, like designate some guy and have him come up in any moment that you deem right to bring up a guy, whether he's actually in that phase of the batting order or not. I mean, those kinds of things change the game.
Yeah,
and you don't want to do that.
No, that has a dramatic effect on the game.
So finding a way to create more offense without changing the whole framework of the game, I mean, I think those ideas are always great, and that's an intriguing one in PWHL.
I would have to, going back to that baseball rule, I would have to think just about every player on the planet would say, no way. No way.
Yeah.
Especially the middle infielder batting $190. Because they know they're not going to hit
He
now.
wants his at bat. I mean, come on.
5-on-5 hockey to start here in this third period. Yellow Jackets going left to right. Puck dumped down in the Yellow Jacket zone. It comes around to Stark. He tips it to the middle. Dauphiné now is going to carry it to center. He'll chip it into the Stout zone. Blue Devils declare Dauphiné intercepts, then coughs it up. And the Blue Devils clear it back to neutral ice. Now Holmes for the Jackets will flip it back down into the Stout zone. It comes behind the net. Perez chips it away from the on-rushing Reed Stark. Now Perez is going to get it back. The puck is behind the Stout net. Takes a wicked hop off the glass, and Stark's got it behind the goal. Whirls and centers. That's going to pinball around a little bit, and now Stahlbaum's going to take it back the other way. Stahlbaum, he across the Yellow Jacket line. He gets knocked down by Stark, and Stark's going to get a couple minutes here to think about it. And finally, for Stahlbaum, he finally draws a penalty. He's been taking a beating tonight, and I question how many of the hits that he's taken are legal within the legal framework of the rule book. And Reed Stark definitely took one there that's illegal.
Yeah, and this is, again, just absolutely not the start you're looking for if you're UWS. 45 seconds in, and now you're killing a penalty on a play that was totally unnecessary.
Yeah, it was nowhere near the play, so there was no reason to take that one at any rate. It's third power play of the night here for the Blue Devils. They control the puck. Diakawa behind the net, wrapped up by Blake Holmes. That could have been dangerous. Puck comes free. It's loose behind the net now. Taken here, heads up in the stands. Don't spill the coffee.
Coffee. That'd be nice, but if I drank it now, I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I'm so heavily caffeinated right now after the last couple of days that, boy, it's going to take me a week to get it all out of my system. Puck comes up in the stands, so the face-off will be to Skorpik's right. 14 seconds elapsed in the minor penalty to Reed Stark. Jackets need something to spark them here. They need a spark. Kroon at the left point walks and fires. That catches traffic in front. Gunnar Moore in the right corner, wraps that hard around the boards. On the left side, it's Diakawa now for Stout. Skate it down to the left wing corner, passes it behind the Yellow Jacket net. Comes up to the point for Gunnar Moore. That's going to hop over the stick and come all the way down the ice. Apologies to the listeners and the viewers on that one.
Is it after 9 o'clock?
One of the dangers of live sports.
Good crowd mics.
At center now, Kroon lays that one back. They dodged the too many men penalty there because that was dangerously close. As it comes back down into the Stout zone, a minute left in the minor penalty to start. Noe Perez up the right wing. Now he'll cycle it backward. Picking up speed through center, Stocks. Stocks across the line and gets no further as the Jackets clear. Stahlbaum on the right wing boards, over to the left side for Perez. Noe Perez throws that rink wide on the right. Rosevall's going to get the stick on that and send it the distance. Yellow Jackets will change penalty killers here with 35 seconds to go in the minor penalty to start. Perez mishandles, and here's a steal by Dauphiné now on the left wing. Dauphiné going behind the Stout net. He's wrapped up along the boards. Dauphiné still controlling it behind the Stout goal. Gets knocked down, gets back up. Unfortunately, he no longer has the puck. Now he gets it back right on the doorstep. A shot right on, and the save is made by Masternak. The rebound was there for a moment and then pushed away, but a great shift on the PK here by Justin Dauphiné as he wiped out the final 35 seconds. Stark comes out of the penalty box, and the Yellow Jackets kill it. Maybe that'll be the spark. Peugeot across the Yellow Jacket line. A shot from the high slot's going to miss wide. Crowd applauding a hit to the neutral zone by Colin Pettersson there. Jackets will clear to neutral ice. Boyce has it on the left wing. He'll dump it back into the Yellow Jacket zone. It comes around behind the net. Ishmael misplays it. Now a quick shot from the right circle. The save is going to be made there as Serre had that opportunity in tight. Jackets try to carry that one out of the zone. They finally do as Holmes gets the center, and he'll rifle that in. Comes off the end glass right over the top of the net. Masternak ducks to get away from the puck, and it's going to be picked up. Kagawa in the right corner. He feeds that all the way across. Devorny left circle, fires, it's blocked. Danziger can't hold it in, and back the other way now comes Stout. This is Serre. Had a chance at the breakaway, but it was late in the shift, and I don't think he had enough left in the tank. Devorny able to catch him. Jackets back the other way. Kagawa on the right wing. Sidesteps one checker now. It's down behind the Stout goal. Corralled there by Tyrrell. He'll pass it up the right wing for Halverson, who comes off the wall. Halverson rink wide to the left for Pfister, and he'll dump it in. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, penalty coming on the Blue Devils as they take Danziger down. When the stick is broken in half, that's a pretty good indication that a slash has occurred. And it's going to be a power play for the Jackets.
Glad Danziger was okay on that one.
He went down kind of hard in a vulnerable position behind the net. But he is back on his feet and making his way off the ice. And the Yellow Jackets will go to the power play for the third time in the hockey game here. Penalty kill did its job early in the frame, and now the Jackets power play. Let's see if we can figure that one out. 0 for 2 so far. Power play sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. On the left wing, Rasmussen backhands it off the end board behind the net to Stark, right point. Down to the right corner, Dauphiné. Back around the boards, left side, Rasmussen. Down to the corner, Pettersson. Pettersson sidesteps the defender. Gives it to Rasmussen, left circle, but he couldn't handle the pass, and that's going to come back to neutral ice. Ryder being pestered in the neutral zone, sends it on the right wing where he's got Pettersson now. Slides it to the middle for Dauphiné. Tried to get it on the backhand and get a shot away, but he was tied up. In the left wing corner, Stout zone. Nifty move by Pettersson to get away from the check. Pettersson along the end wall. Wanted Dauphiné, but it was poked away from him. Now Stark. Down to the right corner, Dauphiné. Stark in the right corner. Poke checked off his stick. Boyce to clear, and it gets past Ryder at the right point. Jacket defensemen have had a hard time holding the line tonight. We've seen a lot of those, Jason, where they just get by him at the point. End up having to come all the way down. Doesn't matter if it's 5-on-5 or on the power play. Bergstrom, with under a minute left in the power play, sends it up the right wing. He's got Ishmael there. Ishmael tried to spring Roosevelt, but that wasn't there. Good battle along the right wing board. Roosevelt digs it loose. Gives to Ishmael. He chopped it toward the middle. That's going to be broken up and played all the way back down the ice. Stout will peel off and start a change here while the Yellow Jackets come back on the attack. Half a minute to go in the power play here as Holmes carries up the right wing. Crosses the line, cuts into the middle. Kagawa, left circle, back across. Roosevelt, the one-timer, and he kind of whiffed on it and sent it wide. Right circle, Holmes. Left circle now. Kagawa, left point, Bergstrom. Back over for Holmes, one-timer, and the save made by Masternak. Big rebound comes to the left wing boards. Kagawa, Ishmael left circle, up top. Back over, right circle. Good puck movement by the Jackets here. Up top, left point again, Bergstrom couldn't hold the line. It's going to sneak out to neutral ice. Jackets have to tag up as the final seconds will tick off the power play. Best power play of the weekend for the Yellow Jackets right there. Nearly able to try even.
Got some good looks.
Devorny behind his net. Passes that around on the left wing for Setter. Rink wide on the right for Nickerson. Logan Nickerson down into Stout territory. Along the end boards, Alexei Yermolnik for the Jackets. He's tied up. Puck's going to get worked free. It's played around the right wing boards, not out of the zone as it's held there by Devorny. Up top to the blue line at the left point, Nickerson drives it back down. Wanted to drive it back down, instead just put it right back into the pile, and the Blue Devils will take that and come back to center. Dayakawa trying to dump it in. He fans on it. It's going to be played back across the Yellow Jacket line. Danziger over for Devorny. He'll end up icing it. You wanted to pass it around the defenseman and get it to Setter on the left wing, and that did not go as planned. And that's going to be a penalty on the Yellow Jackets. Devorny unhappy that Stevens got into his face and did a little something, and Devorny knocked him down with a pretty stiff cross-check up high. Referees are going to talk about it. I'm sure it's going to be, do we take one each way, or is it just Superior?
Yeah, I didn't see the original collision between he and Stevens, but everybody in the building saw the retaliation, obviously.
There's been no indication yet, but I will comfortable enough to put that one in the book that Devorny is going to head to the penalty box.
Yeah, now he is getting off the player's bench.
7:04 will be the time of that one. And it looks like they're going to take one each way.
Probably justifiable, even though, as I said, I didn't see the original infraction, but I'm guessing Stevens did something to initiate that. So
I mean, that was quite a reaction.
It was a big reaction. So probably something going on worth taking both players there. So we'll be skating 4-on-4 for the next couple minutes. Waiting to get both of these penalties put up on the scoreboard right now. At the moment, there it is. There's
I would assume roughing each way,
probably,
or cross-checking each way, unsportsmanlike conduct each way.
So 4-on-4, a lot of open ice here. No surprise to see Iki Kagawa out there for UWS. See if he can take advantage of that with his very good speed.
Faceoff controlled here by the Blue Devils. Jackets able to regain control below their own goal line.
Cross-checking have been handed out at the 7:04.
Okay, so that'll tell us it's cross-checking on each guy. Kagawa on the right wing. Flips it into the Stout zone right corner. Blue Devils regaining control behind their net. Gunnar Moore will start it up on the left side. Moore cuts over to the right wing side now. Added on the right boards, Kagawa pressuring him. Moore falls down, puck kicks into the high slot. Boyce has it for Stout. He fans on the shot, gets it back. Now takes a shot, and that one's going to be deflected wide of the mark. Right wing corner, Stout zone, or Yellow Jacket zone rather, excuse me. Stout has the puck. Gunnar Moore on the right wing board. Still being pestered this time by Rasmussen, but he passes it down the wall. Jackets are going to regain control here as we pass the 8-minute mark of this third period. 3-2 Stout. Jackets in the midst of a line change as Peugeot comes across the Yellow Jacket line. Peugeot right circle, a backhand shot. Jackets block that. It comes back up to the right point, Pfister. Left point, Perez. Back over right circle, a shot. The save made by Skorpik as Stahlbaum didn't get all of that one. Wanted the one-timer, and we've talked before about the one-timer. When you connect on it, it's beautiful, but more often than not, that connection is just not quite there.
Yeah, and he mishit that one, and it almost became more dangerous than it would have if he would have caught it clean, because it ended up being a bit of a floater, a changeup that went against the grain. Skorpic had to stop his momentum and be able to kind of desperation lunge and get something in front of that shot.
Perez at the left point. Played that one to his partner. Now here's a steal, and it's going to be Blake Holmes. Holmes in the foot race, but the puck poked away from him as Pfister got over to take that one away. Now back the other way, the Blue Devils on the attack. Peugeot for Stahlbaum. Nice job with a good stick there by Dauphiné to break that rush up, and it comes back to center with Roosevelt. Roosevelt on the left wing crosses the Stout line. 15 to go in the coincidental minor penalties. Dauphiné centers that one out front. Stout gets a piece of that as he wanted to find Stark between the circles. I'd rather see him take the shot there. Back the other way, the Blue Devils. Peugeot across the line. Knocked off the play by Blake Holmes. Puck to the right corner. Penalized players are back on as we cross the 9-minute mark of the third period. Stout leading 3-2. Nickerson on the right wing. Pass hits him in the skates, and the Blue Devils will regain control here. Laurila up the left wing, comes into the Yellow Jacket zone. Laurila takes a shot from the left circle that misses wide. Great hop for the Yellow Jackets there, and they'll come back on the attack with Setter at center. Setter across the line, gets stood up nicely by Kroon. Puck to the right wing corner. Setter's got it. Blake Setter for the Yellow Jackets loses the handle on that one. Gets it back right circle. Check that. He does not get it back. He whiffed on it, and the Blue Devils will come back on the attack. Serre across the Yellow Jacket line, plays it deep. Now Bergstrom feeds Nickerson. Ahead now for Setter. Setter cuts it to the middle. It comes back to Nickerson, left circle. Feeds it up top. Yermolnik fires, and he misses high, and then that one's going to get up into the netting, and it will result in a face-off coming up here in the, I believe, in the neutral zone.
Great look, but
had a dynamite look there. Unfortunately, went high and went really high.
Yeah, that went almost.
Fans, if you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets, get started and receive 200 points just for registering, 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Lanyards, stickers, decals, they're different, you know, coffee cups, travel coffee cups, water bottles, playing cards, t-shirts, you name it, we got it in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today.
$9:59 left here in the third period. It's been a decent first half of the period for UWS. They've played a more even period, created some chances, showing some of that effort that we needed to see, that urgency that we talked about between periods, building some positive momentum out of that power play that they had earlier in the period. Just got to keep pushing.
Shots currently on the board anyway, 24-17 favoring Stout. Which would mean 3-2 Yellow Jackets here through the first half of this period. Shots tough to come by tonight between these two clubs.
Yeah, even when it was 4-on-4, there was no outburst of offense, that's for sure.
Jackets win the face-off, but Rasmussen split the D with it, and the puck's going to come all the way back down into Yellow Jacket territory. Ryder, rink wide on the right for Ishmael. He crosses the line. Ishmael now carries down to the right wing corner, tried to center. It was tipped at the side of the net. And then Masternak will get the glove down with Pettersson digging away for that loose puck.
One thing that's been challenging for the Yellow Jackets here in the second half of this game in particular is just been really hard to gain the zone with any speed. You know, they've been able to enter the zone okay, but really not with a whole lot of speed and not with a whole lot of lanes to the goal. It's just been, you know, the perimeter outside has been the only thing that's been available to them.
Faceoff is controlled by Stout. Perez slides it ahead for McAlpine. McAlpine cuts all the way to the left wing and then turns it over as the Yellow Jackets come back on the attack. Ishmael tried to spring Pettersson behind the D but couldn't. Now Rasmussen on the right wing sends it deep. Even on the retrievals, they can't get any speed going.
Right.
Puck pops up in the air, ends up in the slot, but it's going to be slowed down by Pfister. He'll play it ahead on the right wing, and it's going to come down into Yellow Jacket territory. Danziger around the right side. Ishmael couldn't handle the pass. That's going to come the distance, and it's going to be icing.
And to Stout's credit, there's just been very few rush opportunities. You know, no 2-on-1s, nothing like that. It's just been really fighting against a pretty well solidified defensive front every time UWS has tried to enter the zone. Stout seemingly has always had enough players back to be able to handle it.
Face-off will be to the left of Jan Skorpic. Now the Stouts are back. It's been that kind of night for technology, man. Going back to the lights show at the beginning of the game when one quits working, then one goes into strobe, and it's a good lord. Shot taken off the face-off. It's going to miss wide. The Jackets back the other way. Pedersen ahead for Ishmael, but the pass was hip high. Tekel's going to clear that out to the neutral zone. Yellow Jackets will regroup. Dvorny now. Passes ahead for Ishmael. He tips it in. Behind the net, coming out with it here. Cadieux-Fredette crosses the red line and plays it in. The Yellow Jackets, Danziger up the right wing. That's not going to come out of the zone. Boyce at the left point, slides it to the middle for Moore. That shot deflected. Halverson came through and waved the wand at it, so I don't know if he got a piece of that or not, but Skorpic unfazed by that, so he'll squeeze the glove and hold on. And we'll get a face-off in the Yellow Jacket zone. 8:27 to play here, third period. 3-2 Stout. Stevens Point has blown it open now. They lead Northland 7-rip. It's all academic in that one. Stark on the left wing. Couldn't clear. Long shot. Sticked away by Skorpic. Jackets try to clear. Held by Boyce. Ends up in the right wing corner. Now the Jackets cleared ahead. Stout breaks it up. Jackets right back. At center, Dauphiné tried to force a pass through that wasn't there. Jackets regain control now, and on the right wing, Roosevelt dumps it in. Masternak out. Leaves it behind the net for Gunnar Moore. He's poke checked from behind by Reed Stark. Blue Devils regain control. Up the right wing, Boyce crosses the red, backhands it in. Now Dauphiné for the Yellow Jackets will start it up the left wing, sends it around one man. He'll cross the line, left side. Dauphiné takes the shot, stick save Masternak, and he'll tip that up into the netting, and we'll get a face-off in the Stout zone.
In the pregame show, you talked, Coach McKenna, about there have been eras at Stout where there wasn't necessarily a lot of structure. It's definitely not what we're seeing right now. We saw a really solid 1-4 there that UWS was trying to work its way through prior to that most recent possession. And you know, Stout being very, very attentive to their structure here and making sure that they have enough players back at this point in the game.
Setter in the left wing corner. It's going to be an ugly goal. There's no doubt about that. The Jackets are going to draw even here. Behind the Stout net, Perez poke checked off his stick by Yermolnik. They try clearing the left side. Bergstrom holds it in, and he'll fire it back down to the right wing corner. Perez again. Bumped on the play by Yermolnik to clear. Brennan holds it in at the right point. Poked down the boards by Setter. Serre for Stout. Leaves it behind the goal for Pfister. He wraps it around the right side, and that's going to come out. Flipped back in by Bergstrom. Jackets tag up. Perez gives it behind the net for Cadieux-Fredette. He'll clear. Jackets get it back. Setter has to wait. Jackets tag up. Setter up the right wing. Throws that one through the goal mouth. It comes up to the left point. It's going to be tipped past Bergstrom and come out to the neutral zone. Jackets get it back, and it's Setter one more time on the right wing. He'll send it deep. Bergstrom leads the rush. Setter in there to help out. Puck along the end board behind the Stout net. 6.5 minutes to go here, third period. 3-2 Blue Devils. They flip it down into Yellow Jacket territory. Brennan hesitated, turns it over. A shot save made by Skorpic. Rebound loose between the circles. Jackets go to clear. Kroon's going to hold it in. Now Brennan again. Flips that up the right wing. Comes to neutral ice. Pedersen knocks his man down. Jackets, I think, dodged one there because that very easily could have been a penalty. And then the puck goes up and out of play.
Pedersen is really, really strong, really physical. He's definitely one of those guys that you have to be aware when he's on the ice because he'll hit you and it'll hurt. You know, like he's looking for it. He's not one to do a flyby.
Dvorny for the Jackets inside his own line. Passes it ahead on the left wing for Kagawa. Stout regaining control, and they come back on the rush with Halverson. Halverson up the right wing, a shot that's going to go wide of the mark. Boyce pinches down left point and sends it deep. Comes back behind the net now, Devornay. Over on the left wing, Kagawa, he's going to flip it ahead. Up on the right wing side now, it's going to be played down into Yellow Jacket territory. Stout will change, 5.5 to go here in the third. Still plenty of time for the Jackets. Only have 4 shots on net here in the third period. They got to start generating something. That was a bad slew foot by Frank Devornay. He got away with another one there. That's a dangerous play. Behind the net, Danziger for the Yellow Jackets. Goes off the right wing side. Roosevelt now gets around one man, crosses the red line. Feeds Stark on the right wing. He sheds a check. Gives it back down low off the skate of Roosevelt. Kicks up the slot. Dauphiné, a shot that's deflected wide. Now Ryder. Over to the left circle, Stark. Up top, Holmes. Back down for Stark. It's poke checked off his stick. Too much stick handling there. We got to try to get the puck to the front of the net, I think. Clearing attempt held by Holmes. He goes to throw that one deep. It's deflected. Stark picks it up and carries behind the net to the left wing corner. One defender without a stick out there for the Blue Devils. Now he's got the lumber back. Stark at the right point, turns and fires. Save made, Masternak, big rebound, turns a shot, they score! Dauphiné on the rebound! And the Yellow Jackets have tied it at 3.
Like you said, it was going to have to be a greasy one, and that's what it was. Stark with the original shot. Good traffic out front. Rebound popped out to Dauphiné, and he fired it in.
4th of the year for Justin Dauphiné. Stark will get one of the assists. We'll see about the second one, but the Yellow Jackets clawing their way back into this. And with 4:32 to go in regulation time, we're even again.
It's his 4th goal of the season and 10th of his career. Number 10, Justin Dauphiné. He got an assist from number 7, Reed Stark. Dauphiné from Stark.
So Dauphiné from Stark, and the Jackets are flying right now as Setter nearly got his second of the night. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Big check there as Bergstrom was run into by Bramanis. Now at center for the Yellow Jackets. Yarmolnik turning it over. This is Kroon. Kroon up the left wing, throws it to the right corner. Bergstrom's going to pick up the loose puck and come back the other way. Rink wide for Danziger. That's out of his reach. Hard to believe that reach. Stout will get it back and play it back in. There's that kick off the boards. Quick shot again from the right circle. That's going to miss just wide. And the puck will carry him all the way back down into the neutral zone. Pettersson's got it now. Colin Pettersson tried to dangle around one man, lost it. Then it goes off the skate of Rasmussen. 3-on-2 the other way for Stout. Stevens tried to force that one through Danziger, but big number 5 knocks that one down. Yellow Jackets get it back. Clearing attempt by Pettersson doesn't leave the zone. Jackets appear to be close to E right now on this line. Rasmussen's going to clear it to neutral ice. Stevens is pinned in the zone as he and Rasmussen wrestle. Finally, there's the release. Blue Devils come back on the attack. Perez dumps it in. Devornay for the Yellow Jackets is going to play that up the right wing. It's not going to leave the zone. Now up to the right wing side. Roosevelt sends it rink wide on the left for Stark. 2 helpers for him tonight. That coming on top of his game winner last night. Roosevelt up the right wing across the line, feeds Dauphiné down low. Dauphiné for the Jackets to Roosevelt, right wing corner. Roosevelt pokes it past trouble. It ends up in the left circle, now left corner. Halverson going after it. Dauphiné in there as well. The Devils carry it to center. Jackets regaining control now. Ryder ahead on the right wing for Stark. He cuts it to the middle, loses the puck. Jackets get it back as Holmes pokes it down low. Don't get caught out there too long, Reed Stark. It's been a long shift. Nickerson from center tried to dump it in. Stahlbaum knocks it down. Now the Blue Devils back the other way. Peugeot to Stahlbaum, high slot. Stark breaks that one up. Nickerson gets a stick on it and feeds Yarmolnik. Yarmolnik now for Nickerson on the left wing. Nickerson left circle, lets it go, and that's going to be deflected and go up into the netting, and we're going to get a face-off here in the Stout zone with 1:47 remaining here in this third period. Yellow Jackets and Blue Devils tied at 3.
Pete Stark definitely feeling it on that shift. You could see he was in that mode where it was just like all he needed was a shot there, and there's probably a good chance he was
scoring. Why
he
stayed out there for 2.5 minutes. Jackets win the faceoff. Yarmolenko shot. Masternak the save. Rebound was there in the slot. The Blue Devils will pick it up and come back the other way. Caleb Sari up the left wing. Poked off his stick. Now center for the Jackets to clear. Boyce holds it in at the left point. Comes back down left wing corner. Loose puck behind the Yellow Jacket net. Whitehouse played that one around the right side. Hits something on the boards again and kicks right back into that right circle. Now Bergstrom for the Jackets clears that one ahead. It's going to come all the way down, and that's going to be icing on the Yellow Jackets with 76 seconds remaining here in this third period.
Yeah, that corner is really tricky.
There's something
come
there.
out of there strange several times tonight. I wonder if Coach McKenna will take his time out here.
Typically, he'll ask the guys who are going to have to go back out, you good or do we need a break?
Right.
Yeah, he's going to take it.
Yep.
And it makes total sense. I mean, you got 1 minute and 16 left. You're not going to take that one back to the locker room with you.
Yep. No point in saving it.
So Coach McKenna, these are hard to play in.
Yeah.
You know, because every inch of ice is contested. Yeah. There's always somebody in the way. I mean, it's a tough game here.
Yep.
17 block shots between the two clubs. I mean, this has been a tough one tonight.
Nobody passing up an opportunity to be physical with big hits, even some nasty stuff. Definitely been a battle out here. Two fairly even teams working hard in the wire.
Face off in the Yellow Jacket zone to the left of Skorpic. 1:16 to go in the third. We're tied at 3. Dauphiné to take the face off and snaps his stick, of course. Again, nothing easy tonight. Dauphiné without the stick. Naturally, the puck comes right to him. Comes into the slot, a one-timer. Big save. Skorpic. Puck bouncing around to the left of the goal. And sweeping it away from trouble was Whitehouse. Now Nickerson up the right wing. Tried to get it past the defense, but Perez with a great job to stop that in the neutral zone. Now Roosevelt moves it ahead for Dauphiné across the line. His shot right circle misses by a mile. That's going to come back out to neutral ice. Nickerson had the puck following him, and I'm not sure he really knew it was there. Now the Blue Devils back the other way. Behind the Yellow Jacket net, Stevens centers. That's going to come up the right wing boards and come all the way to neutral ice. Now Stevens on the left wing boards. Plays it into Yellow Jacket territory. 30 seconds to go in the third. Ryder flips that one up the right wing. That's going to come all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. Ishmael wins the race. Gunnar Moore behind the goal. Knocked down by Ishmael. It comes free on the left wing side. Pettersson's there. 15 seconds left in the third. Pettersson trying to play the puck. His stick was caught up, I think, in the player's jersey. Asking for a penalty call. Referee says no. Puck's going to come back down behind the net. Wrapped around left side. Holmes, 4 seconds left. Takes a shot. It catches traffic. Holmes again from the corner. It's going to be tipped. And for the second night in a row, the Yellow Jackets are headed for overtime.
And credit to Chris Ishmael there. The whole reason that UWS was able to have that puck at the end and get a final shot there was because he was doing what we talked about. Moving his feet, winning a race to a puck that was a 50-50. He nullified the icing and created the Yellow Jackets' entire last 20 seconds of that period. That's the kind of effort, the kind of urgency that we're talking about.
3-2 Stout after 2. Yellow Jackets getting the equalizer late at 15:28. Justin Dauphiné, his fourth. Rebound of an initial shot by Reed Stark. And that's how we got to 3-3. 2-minute break and then 5-minute 3-on-3 sudden death overtime period. Each team gets a point in the standings now tonight because of the game going to overtime. Whoever wins this in overtime or the shootout will get themselves an additional point in the standings. Every point valuable in WIAC, as we know. Stevens Point now leading Northland 10-0.
Mercy.
That was scoreless after 1.
Yeah, once the dam broke in that one, it really broke.
Shots on goal in the third period. Stout had 5 for a 3-period total of 27. Yellow Jackets had 7 for a 3-period total of 21. Overtime games on the season. This is the third for the Yellow Jackets. They are 1-0-1. This is the second for UW-Stout. They are 0-0-1. Each team playing an overtime contest last night. Yellow Jackets winning theirs. Stout tying with Stevens Point and then dropping the contest in the shootout.
So in addition to being 3-on-3 in overtime, both teams will also be dealing with the long change here, which can certainly create some excitement. Jackets starting this one off with Blake Holmes as the only defenseman. Daniel Roosevelt on the wing. Gavin Rasmussen will be taking the draw.
Kind of matches what they did last night.
Perez, the only defenseman out there for Stout.
Neutral zone face off. The Jackets have it. Holmes will back it up. Again, this is sudden death. Rasmussen carries it across the red line into the Stout zone on the left wing. Rasmussen mishandles. Has to slow it down, just throws it deep. Roosevelt giving chase. Blue Devils get it now. Stahlbaum up the right wing. Cuts it across the Yellow Jacket line. Pulls it to the middle now. Stahlbaum still has it. Feeds that one across for Peugeot. That one just a little bit behind him, and the Jackets come back on the attack. Roosevelt up the right wing into the Stout zone. Right circle, pulls, walks, fires. It's blocked. Good block there by Noe Perez. And the Blue Devils come back the other way. Peugeot dropping it off for Perez. Noe Perez across the Yellow Jacket line. Takes the shot from left circle. That's going to miss wide. Roosevelt without a stick. Now the puck underneath. Stahlbaum behind the net as he's getting knocked around a little bit by Blake Holmes. Stahlbaum trying to grab the puck with the glove. That can be a penalty. When you're deliberately reaching out to grab it, you can get called for a penalty there. Meanwhile, the Jackets back the other way with Dauphiné across the line. Right circle stops. It takes the shot. That's going to be deflected and go over the glass and out of play.
Imagine that. Stahlbaum in the middle of something, laying on the ice again.
Hey, you know, I love it. I love it. He could play for me anytime.
Been a blood and guts kind of game for him tonight.
Man. Just keeps getting after it in the middle of everything. I love it.
Yep.
3:46 to play in the overtime. Face off to the left of Masternak in the Stout zone. Stark, Dauphiné, and Bergstrom on the ice. Jackets win the face-off, but don't get the puck, and it's going to come back the other way now with Stevens across the line. He tries to drag it to the middle and loses it, gets it back. Left circle now Stevens, carries behind the net, wraparound attempt. Stopped at the right side of the net by Skorpic. Now behind the net, the puck picked up by Bergstrom for the Jackets. He's pressured hard, however, from behind. He'll move it ahead for Stark. Stark across the line. Stark, right circle, walks, fires, and just misses wide to the left. Now here's a turnover. Bergstrom over for Stark, and he scores! Overtime winner!
Like we said, late in the third period, Stark was feeling it, and that's why he stayed on for that long shift. It seemed like it was just a matter of time. He just needed one more shot, and it was going in. And that's how it turned out. It just took a few extra minutes to get there.
Final score here tonight, the Yellow Jackets win it 4-3. We'll take a timeout and come back with the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. We're back at Westman Arena for the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy. And it comes following another overtime win for the Yellow Jackets. They're second in as many nights. 4-3 the final score here at Westman Arena. Yellow Jackets getting 2 valuable points against UW-Stout. And once again, the overtime hero, Reed Stark, 2 nights in a row with the OTGWG.
Yeah, big weekend for Reed Stark. Kind of stuff we talked about at the beginning of this season, really needing to see out of him. And so far, he has been that guy for UWS.
Yeah, and it was, like you said, it was a fun finish here for the Yellow Jackets tonight. And I'll go back to what I was saying, Jason, just a hard game. Everything about this game was difficult tonight. And nothing came easy for anybody. Wow, what a finish.
Yeah, and that was exciting to have it come together for UWS, get that push that they needed in the third period, be able to get the equalizer late, and then finish it off with the OT victory, get off the schneid on a Saturday. A lot of good things in the second half of this evening.
Yeah, back-to-back wins for the first time, so the Jackets finally complete the sweep. And on the flip side of it, I feel a little bit bad for UW-Stout, Jason, because they played a good game tonight. They deserve better than they got.
Yeah, they deserved a better fate. A really tough weekend for the Blue Devils. Obviously didn't see what happened last night, saw the result, but then to come out here and be in position to win this game, play as hard as they did, that's definitely going to be a bitter pill to swallow on this weekend for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and I feel bad for them. They played a good game tonight. That's a good hockey team, too, and I mean, that's par for the course in the WIAC, man. There are some good teams across the board here, and
right.
I hate the cliche of any given night, anybody can beat anybody, but frankly, in this league, that's what it is.
Right, yeah, that's what it is, and full props to UWS for just sticking with it tonight and doing what they needed to do in that third period to be able to get the result. Just a huge victory for UWS tonight on a Saturday here at Westman.
We're joined now by Yellow Jacket assistant coach Brian Meisner, and Mouse, what a finish.
Whew. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Why are we not? Oh, there we go.
I know we kept battling, and we found a way to pull it off. Do you have any issues there?
Yeah,
sorry, we're trying some tech issues.
Should
I want me to give him my headset? Let me give him my headset.
Here. I think I can figure this out.
Okay, hang on 1 second. We've got brand new stuff up here.
All right, talk now.
Working on with Kingside. Let me give him my headset, John.
I don't know why. We tested it earlier, and I don't know why all of a sudden we're not getting any sound here.
Thanks.
Turn those two off.
Test.
Hey.
That's me.
That's you. It works now.
On the headset.
So we'll have to test that one out a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But Mouse, what a finish again. And
yeah.
This was a game that I said on the air, nothing was easy tonight.
No.
This was a grind from start to finish, both ends of the ice. There wasn't a lot of room for anybody out there. Every inch was contested. This was a tough one.
Yeah, no, they're a very good team as always. We play them closely. It seems like we've had good battles over the years, and they're fast. They're very offensive, and I thought we did a really good job to hold them down as far as not giving up a ton of shots, but the shots we gave up were quality shots, as you know. But we're still working on that. But I thought Jan played fantastic. Like you said, everything was hard, but I didn't think they had easy ones either, and especially in the third. When we started playing, I mean, our game just looks a lot different than when we're standing around.
Well, we were talking about a little bit during that second intermission. I mean, it's like, okay, there's the period again where things aren't going like you want, and where the big thing was that you collectively, top to bottom on the roster, no one's moving their feet.
Yeah, well, we started that period so strong.
Yeah,
it was great. The first 3-5 minutes, and then I don't know what happens. Sometimes when we challenged them last night, we got a lead, and we kind of sat back, or we played. Like we've talked about up here, not to lose. We did that last night. We talked to the guys about that between the second and third, and our guys responded. Then tonight, Coach challenged them before the third again. He told them there's a choice. If you want to be a winner, here's the choice, and the guys responded.
And Reed Stark again. Now 6 goals on the season for him, a 3-point night, 2 overtime game winners in a row.
That line.
Really nice weekend for him. That line had a good weekend.
Oh, they're great guards. I mean, they were just so fun to watch. Every time they were on the ice, I'm watching the defensemen, obviously, but every time they're on the ice, I see something happening, right? It's something good. At least it seemed like it to me. They were just moving, physical, getting their pucks in the net, getting to the net themselves, causing turnovers, like you said, then finishing out. I thought Dusty made a great pass to him. He was a great play.
When he got the puck in the slot, I was kind of thinking, okay, he's going to – because he scored from there.
Yeah, that's true.
He has scored from there, so I thought, all right, he's going to take the shot here.
Yeah.
And then he finds Stark just all alone over in that circle.
Yeah.
24 square feet of net for Reed to bury that one.
That was beautiful. And I'm not going to lie, I was talking to myself, but I was a little excited.
Were you answering yourself?
Yeah,
too?
I was answering. No, not yet. But, I saw Dusty in the third period. I thought, whoa, towards the end of that period, he turned a switch or something. That was the kind of player that I've been kind of waiting for this year, that just something clicked with him. I was like, whoa, there's the guy that I've seen take over games. And, I thought in the third or in overtime, I just thought something was going to happen when he was out there, and it did. So it was great.
So a big win for you guys now.
Yeah.
That's 2 in a row. You got 2 more games here in the first half, but really important, even if you are winning in overtime, to keep piling up these points because they're so valuable in this conference.
So close. And a Saturday night win, Garves.
First
time. Can you believe it? Yeah. Can you believe that's the first time?
Well, no, I've been talking about the statistical anomaly that is a 5-0 Friday and 0-3-1 on everything else.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so now they finally
crazy.
get the win on the Saturday. They're off the Schneid here, and now
short
turnaround because you play Thursday instead of Fridays. So what do you do to prep these guys up for next week?
Take the week off, and just. Oh wait, that's the coach.
That's you, yes, that's you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we found something this weekend that works for us. We found a game that hopefully they can see on tape, the guys. We can show it to them. We can explain to them. That's us, from last night to tonight and the periods that we were playing and the shifts that we were going. I mean, last night was just a complete game by our forwards, especially last night. Defensemen, we kind of had not a great first period, but I thought we responded in the second. And then tonight, I thought our D played pretty well, and then we found a way when we're physical, but also to get opportunities where I think in the past few weeks, we haven't been as physical, or we haven't caused turnovers, and then we're not getting opportunities. I just think the last 2 nights we've caused a lot of opportunities to happen for the good for us.
One more thing before we let you go here, Mo. So I want to talk about Tyler Ryder real quick because he's kind of started to assert himself a little more offensively this year, and you're seeing him make some rushes. You're seeing him take the puck to the net a little bit. We haven't seen that out of him his first 2 years. Where is that coming from? Yeah,
just confidence probably, and he's he shows it in practice once in a while, but you're right. He's very fast. I think last night was the first time I ever played him in overtime since he's been here in a 3-on-3 situation.
Right.
And, Coach McKenna just like, what? Are you crazy? Should be out there all the time. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But he was right, and I was wrong. And anyway, he actually got the game puck last night because he caused, according to us as coaches, he caused that overtime goal to happen because he drove the net, like you were saying, just moving his feet. And, last night with the goaltender being aware of guys going to the net, we think that's what happened, and that allowed us to get that overtime goal. And then tonight, he has found the gear, and it's important for us in our defense. And I think him and Holmesy as a pair are really good together too. So keep that going, hopefully. Yeah, great win here tonight, and let's enjoy it for an evening, and then back at it again next Monday. We got 2 big ones with Northall next week. Yes, sir. Thanks, Garth. Thanks a lot, Most. Congratulations. Thank you. Yellow Jacket assistant coach Brian Meisner joining us here in the postgame show, sponsored by Synovus Energy. Following a Yellow Jacket 4-3 win over UW-Stout in overtime, we'll take a timeout and come back with another segment of the postgame show right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network.
We're back on the Yellow Jacket Hockey's postgame show, sponsored by Synovus Energy, following a 4-3 overtime victory for the Yellow Jackets over UW-Stout here at Westman Arena. Yellow Jackets improving to 6-3-1 on the season, 3-1 in the WIAC. UW-Stout now 4-4-1, 1-2-1 in the WIAC. And again, I'll say it one more time, Jason. I feel like they deserved a little bit better tonight because they played a good hockey game.
Yeah, hard-fought victory for UWS, and unfortunately for Stout, one that could have went either way for them. Tough to come out of this with a loss.
Let's jump into the post-game summary. The Yellow Jackets falling behind in the first period. Again, that's not something that's foreign to this Yellow Jacket club. They are now 3-2-1 on the season when the opposing team scores first. So 6 out of the 10 contests this year, they've given up the first goal, including tonight, including last night. So definitely a team that is kind of comfortable coming from behind. Ironic because over the last several years, they haven't done well when they give up that first goal. There was 2 seasons in there where they never came from behind once.
Right.
So it's comforting to see a team that is comfortable playing from behind like this one is. They fell behind early, 5:23 of the first period. Sam Kroon scoring his second to make it 1-0.
Yeah, seeing wrist shot from the point, got through, and we thought, oh boy, here we go. Down 1-0 Saturday night. This isn't the start we're looking for.
But the Yellow Jackets were able to get the equalizer with just 16 seconds left in the first period. A turnover in the high in the zone. And it's one of those where if I saw the replay, I'd have a different opinion. I just look at it and go, get it out.
Right.
But instead, they turn it over up high. It stays in the zone, and Blake Sutter does what he's supposed to do and just wires it on net.
Yeah, Dvorny was trying to enter the zone with the puck, and he kind of coughed it up, basically right at the Stout defender. And the defender kind of sweep-checked it, but basically just sweep-checked the puck right into the middle of the ice. And like you said, it was a one-timer from there and into the back of the net, and a key goal late in the game. Late in the period. Sorry.
First goal for Blake Sutter. Dvorny got the assist at 19:44. Yellow Jackets and Stout tied 1-1 after 1. Shots favoring the Blue Devils 7-6 in the first period. Goal in the final minute of the first. Goal in the first minute of the second. Really nice one for Tyler Ryder.
Yeah, going bar down is always nice, and scoring in the first minute's even sweeter. So that gave the Yellow Jackets a lead, and was just a huge shot of momentum with that late goal and then an early goal. Yeah, everything looked great for UWS at that point.
42 seconds into the period. Second of the year for Ryder. Stark and Roosevelt had the assists, and it was a 2-1 lead for the Yellow Jackets early in the second period. But Stout got the equalizer themselves on the power play at 4:26. Nicholas Stevens, his fifth, makes it 2-2.
Yeah, nice movement there. Good movement with the player, and also good movement with the puck. Got himself into a great shooting position and just fired a great shot.
And that was, again, we've talked about this before. Jackets get some momentum, and then they take a penalty, and it takes everything away. Stout gets the equalizing goal on that, and they built a lot of momentum after that because the Jackets were flat as a pancake for the rest of the second period.
Right, yeah, and the second really got away from UWS. I mean, the shot totals got lopsided, and it was
they were lucky to only be down a goal.
Yeah, it was a lot of puck chasing.
Stout would take the lead again at 9:48 of the second period. Max Teckel scoring his second goal of the season. Just like that, it was 3-2.
Yeah, and then things started to suddenly look bleak for UWS. And like we talked about, they're just really flat in the second period. And you wondered, does this team want it bad enough to have the urgency? Like how interested are they in making the push they need in the third period? Unfortunately, we got our answer.
Yeah, we did. So shots in the second period favoring Stout at 15-8. And they were at 22-14 in favor of Stout after 2 periods of play. In the third, the Yellow Jackets came out. They had a nice third period. It was a good third period. You mentioned off air. That was a fun third period. It was. And it was a hard period, though. It was hard fought. Both teams going as hard as they can over every inch of contested ice. And I said, probably about halfway through, this is going to be an ugly one. This isn't going to be a nice goal that ends up tying this thing. It's going to be an ugly one if the Jackets are going to get it. Justin Dauphiné got it.
Right, sure enough, just kept working. Reed Stark created something, wheeling around the zone until he was finally able to throw a puck on goal. Good traffic in front of the net, got the rebound to pop out, and Dauphiné was able to put it in.
His fourth of the season. Stark got the assist at 15:29 of the third period. And we were tied at 3. Yellow Jackets had some good chances as the third period wore down. And I honestly, I thought maybe this thing's not going to get to overtime because that goal energized them.
Definitely. That gave them belief. And at that point, it seemed like it was just a matter of time for UWS.
That matter of time came 1:46 into the overtime period. Dusty Bergstrom got the puck in the slot. I had him pegged for shooting. I figured he was going to take the shot. Like I said to Mouse, he scored from there. We're kind of watching the replay here. But he's scored goals from there, and he didn't take the shot. Instead, he decided to feed it over to Stark in the right circle, and he absolutely hammered that thing into the net for the OT winner.
And Stark was feeling it. I mean, it was like NBA Jam from the old Sega Genesis days. He was like on fire or whatever it was. He just kind of felt like
fire.
Yeah.
Is it the shoes?
You kind of felt like if he got one more shot in this game, it was probably going to end up in the back of the net. And sure enough, it did as we're watching the replay right here.
There's a bad turnover there and
dished it over to him. And
Stark right in the circle, buries it for his 6th goal of the season. Bergstrom got the assist. Final score, Yellow Jackets 4-3. Shots on goal in the 3rd period and overtime. Yellow Jackets had 8 total, and UW-Stout had 6 total. So 14 total shots in 21, almost 22 minutes of hockey there. Again, tough sledding for both teams in this one. For the game, UW-Stout outsheeting the Yellow Jackets 28-22. Penalties in the game, each team taking 4 penalties for 8 minutes. Stout 1 for 3 on the power play, and the Yellow Jackets 0 for 3 with the man advantage. Jan Skorpik will get the victory and goal tonight for the Yellow Jackets. He's 1-1 on the year now. He finishes the night with 25 saves. Tyler Masternak on the other end finishes with 18 saves, his record dropping to 3-4-1 on the season. Yellow Jackets again now 6-3-1 on the year, 3-1 in the WIAC, while Stout falls to 4-4-1 overall, 1-2-1 in conference play, but they do get the point here tonight by way of this game going to overtime. Final score here again, the Yellow Jackets win it 4-3. We'll take one more break, come back and put it to bed from Westman Arena right after this. This is Yellow Jacket Hockey on 91.3 KUWS Superior and Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the WIAC Network. Segment of the postgame show sponsored by Synovus Energy as the Yellow Jackets defeat UW-Stout tonight by a score of 4-3 in overtime. So what coupled with that, what everything else that happened tonight, UW-Eau Claire shutting out River Falls 3-0 at the Hobbs Ice Arena in Eau Claire. And Stevens Point scoring 8 goals in the 3rd period. 8. That was 2-0 after 2. And they win that thing 10-0 tonight over Northland. So what does that do for the conference standings? Well, that means UW-Eau Claire now sits in first place. They are 3-1 in the WIAC, 4-5-1 overall. They have 8 points. They are tied with Stevens Point, who is now 6-3-1 overall, 2-1-1 in the conference. Then the Yellow Jackets would be sitting third, 6-3-1 overall, 3-1 in the WIAC. They have 7 points. River Falls 6-3 overall, 2-2 in the WIAC. They have 7 points. Then Stout is in 5th place, 4-4-1 overall, 1-2-1 in the conference, 5 points. And then Northland 0-9 overall and 0-4 in conference play. So 5 teams separated by 3 points.
It's a logjam.
And it's going to be that way throughout the entire season, folks, mark my words. So Yellow Jackets currently sitting 3rd in the WIAC following the overtime win tonight. Yellow Jacket women's hockey team was on the road today at UW-Eau Claire. They fall 4-2 to the Blue Golds. Cora Coe scoring both of the goals for the Yellow Jackets in that one. Men's basketball, gets beaten in overtime at UW-Eau Claire, 58-56. Excuse me, that's the women, by the way, 58-56. That was not in overtime. 12 points for Katie Dobson to lead the way for the Yellow Jackets. And then the men falling in overtime, 81-75. Jackets actually had a lead at the end of the first half, but couldn't hold on to it. 81-75, the final. Javon Walker, 27 points to lead the Yellow Jackets there. Time now, postgame 3-star selection.
All right, third star tonight, UWS sophomore center Justin Dauphiné with the game-tying goal. And really, he was a part of a very dynamic line for the Yellow Jackets tonight. Big honorable mention to Daniel Roosevelt as well. He was fantastic with that group, and then we'll get to the other guy later.
Yeah, so I have a hunch he's going to be in there too. So, yeah, Justin Dauphiné had a 2-point game last night and had a really nice game here tonight. You know, only the one goal, but it was huge.
Yeah.
So, good weekend for him all the way around.
Second star tonight is Stout sophomore defenseman Sam Kroon. Called his name quite a few times tonight. Had a goal, had an assist, led the Blue Devils with 3 block shots. Had to pick somebody. I mean, like you mentioned, Stout maybe deserved a better fate than this one, and so certainly they deserve to have somebody in the 3-star show, and he was as good as anybody tonight.
Kroon number 2, can't poke a hole in that argument.
Number 1 star is UWS senior forward Reed Stark. 1 goal, 2 assists, so a 3-point night, had 7 shots on goal. So, I mean, he was definitely involved, and obviously the overtime game winner. Just a really strong performance by him, by his line, coming up big at the moments that mattered the most.
I have a hunch he's going to be nominated for Player of the Week, you know, and probably stands a pretty good shot at winning this thing. I'd have to look and see who racked up all the points for Stevens Point tonight, but 2 overtime winners on a weekend. Kind of hard to deny a guy the award on that.
That's a pretty special weekend. Those are the ones that you remember when your college career is over. I mean, a lot of the games end up kind of blurring into the background, and it's mostly just the moments with your teammates and the times together. But weekends like this are pretty special.
So number 3 star, Justin Dauphiné. Number 2, Sam Kroon of UW-Stout. And the number 1 star is Reed Stark. Yellow Jackets are going to be back home here on Thursday night as they take on Northland College here at Westman Arena. And we will have that one live on 91.3 KUWS as well as Yellow Jacket TV, beginning with our pregame show sponsored by National Bank of Commerce at 6:30. And then the opening face-off between the Yellow Jackets and the Lumberjacks at 7:05. Final thoughts?
Exciting finish. Looking forward to coming back here Thursday.
Should be a good one here as the Yellow Jackets win 2 in a row for the first time. They finally put to bed the whole we can win on Friday and no other day things. So a lot of good things coming the way of the Yellow Jackets with this victory here tonight. I'd like to thank Jason Arone for stepping in and being our analyst here tonight. We want to thank Wyatt Tischler back in the studio at KUWS, Bradley Lessel here at the mothership in the press box, pushing all the little buttons on the box over there and always giving me the thumbs up saying, yeah, things sound good. So appreciate the work of everybody here at Yellow Jacket TV as well as KUWS. For Jason, I am John Garver. Again, final score here tonight. Yellow Jackets with a 4-3 win in overtime over UW-Stout. Thank you for making us a part of your Friday, and we look forward to having you again on Thursday night. Good night, everybody, from Westman Arena.
All right, let's do it emphatically.